Yeah, what's going on, everybody, man? How is everybody doing? Big game today. It's always a big game, but we'll talk about what happened earlier on in the day. Yes, folks, I can't believe that this has happened. In one way, I thought it was going to happen last week in regards to Spurs. I talked about Villa doing a job at home, and it kind of hasn't materialized. So I'm really kind of shocked about what's going on. And guys, man, let's talk about it before we go into this team sheet. Let's talk about it. Brighton have absolutely taken apart Arsenal last week and Spurs this week, and I can't believe it. I'm surprised. It feels great because that Brighton loss means nothing now. It's like it's all back to square one, and we have to take our chances. We've been given another chance. We kind of had an advantage before that because even if we'd beaten Tottenham at Tottenham and the games were to play out, we would still have an advantage. But the fact of the matter is Tottenham didn't even have a shot on target today. Could you imagine? You're going for a Champions League spot. You have no injuries. Arsenal have all the injuries. Arsenal's had the poor form, back-to-back losses, and Spurs was just rolling. And then you have Brighton come and visit you at your ground, and you're the informed team. Fair enough for Arsenal. For Arsenal, you can make excuses. You can make excuses that their striker is just dead food in Lacazette. You could talk about the fact that they lost Tierney, they haven't got Tomiyasu, and then they lost Partey for the season. So you can make all the excuses up for Arsenal that you want. But for Spurs, you can't make no excuses. You've got Son and Kane, not even a shot on target today in 95 minutes. So, look, man, it is what it is. Whatever will be, and Arsenal now have a chance to deal with this advantage. Now, Mikel Arteta is dealing with some injuries at Arsenal. As I said, Tomiyasu still out with a calf injury. Kieran Tierney is likely to miss the rest of the season now, and Thomas Partey could also not feature from here on out. So it's not looking very positive. You guys know I went for a 1-1 draw, and today we've been given a lifeline. Now, what I'm hoping that will do is it will allow the players to come out on the field with some spirit, because of the last two games, they've just had none. They've come out flat, regardless what the setup and formations and everybody else is in the team sheet. Regardless of all of that, the players have just come out flat. And that's the biggest concern. Doesn't matter. You can set your team up right. You can do everything in terms of the personnel. But if they come out there and there's just no passion, no urgency, or no nothing, then you got a problem. And I think that's what we've seen over the last two games. The last two games, we've just seen an issue in regards to the players that have come out. So hold on, guys. I'm just making a few more tinker into the stream. Just one thing I've got to quickly do here, and then we can talk about the team sheet and run through all of that so that you guys, here we are. Okay. Right, perfect. Right, so we're ready to go. So, big shout out to all of you lot in the stream. What go on, everybody? What is going on right now? I don't know. I said one today, but I'm probably gonna, Arsenal do have a little bit of a magic touch now because of that Spurs result. So you're now looking for live or die. This is it. You lose today and your season is done. Yeah, you lose today. People last week were saying top four's over, top four. It might be over on our current form, but mathematically, top four is not over for Arsenal. Yeah, mathematically, you can still go to Spurs and win there. And even with those losses, it would have put you in play. But Brighton have done us a favor now. Yeah, Brighton has done us a massive, massive favor. And for all those Spurs fans, remember when Spurs were looking for a manager and they were disrespecting Graham Potter? Yeah, and when he was linked to the club. Well, Graham Potter came into your yard and totally outplayed you and outclassed you today. That's what happened. So, look, man, what a result. It certainly keeps things interesting from an Arsenal perspective. Who would have thought that Brighton would have been the team to change the whole balance of the Champions League top 4 race. And that Spurs loss gives Arsenal a chance to make up the ground that we lost last week. And it also gives Man United and West Ham a little bit of a sniff, but I wouldn't really think too much of their chances. Right now, thoroughly deserved win from Brighton. And I just hope that we can now do our part as well by winning today. So let's go through this team sheet. Ramsdale in goal. We've got Cedric at right back, White and Gabriel in the middle. Tavares now favoured at left back. So the manager the manager's done what some say he should have done originally, which is with all the changes he made last week, you were more breaking it rather than you were fixing it. And I think that there was an element there that Tavares has not been in great form and he might not play well today, but at least you're allowing the team to keep the shape and the momentum and the setup as you've had before. I think when you make drastic changes like putting Xhaka at left back and things like that, I think when you do things like that, then you don't put an El Nene in the middle and you don't have a natural left-sided player, I think what you're doing is you're breaking the setup and the philosophy in order to shoehorn a system in. And it just didn't work last week. It just didn't work. So now you're going with tried and tested. So Lokonga and Xhaka in the middle as the 2 holding midfielders. Odegaard is your setup man. You've got Saka and Martinelli on the flanks, and you've got Nketiah in the middle. Praise the Lord, Eddie Nketiah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This guy has not started a single game all season, and I'm so happy that now he's got his chance. He's looked more of a threat than Lacazette has ever had. So let me just give you guys a shout out. Reaper, are you streaming Azure Game? No, we're not streaming Azure Game. You know that's illegal, so we're not doing it on the channel. Kuke says, a thoroughly deserved win for Brighton as Tottenham stumble in the Champions League chase. 18 has gone for 2-0 to Arsenal. Gary, big shout out to you. What's going on, bro? What's happening, James? Hope everything is well. Hope life is good, bro. Did you have some good news the other day saying you was going to get engaged? I can't remember. Let me know, man. James is saying we have to win today. Says, nice to see Eddie starting. Agreed. Gary says, most happy with the team selection. Eddie should have been starting a few weeks ago. Happy to see Nuno get another. Yeah, for Sarai from dropping. Yeah, dropping him. It made no sense. Again, you're one of the guys that thought he should have started. It was a mixed bag between the fan base. Moses says, goal there, Eddie. Yeah. Listen, somebody pick up the phone and give him a call, man, because it's time for goals. And Moses says, it took the 5 doorstep at Tavares, responded positively. If Tavares steps up today, that could be huge because the thing about Tierney is Tierney's been a solid option. He's been an above average player. He's not had a bad game. Yeah, let's be fair, but he's not really set the world alight. He's played well. But I've seen Tavares this season in that 7-8 game stretch that he was playing in. I see him light up some teams. I see him take a right back and just rinse him. And wouldn't it be nice to see Tavares with that again? Wouldn't it be really nice? James said Eddie has something to prove. He has, because when you've got a player that's averaging a goal every 72 minutes, and then you keep giving him 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, that doesn't tell the story. The guy has 18 goals in 29 starts. So you've got to play Eddie. You just got to play him. What's going on, Lewis, man? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you, Apollo?
Yeah, doing good, man. We're just talking about the team sheet here. Gary saying criminal that Eddie's first start. Agreed. When you've got your striker who scored 2 goals from open play in the whole season, that's just mad. James is saying yes. So congratulations, guys, to James. He did. I remember reading it on his Facebook wall. He did get engaged on Wednesday. So well done. I hope she's a goonerette. And big praise to you, my friend. Gary says congratulations as well. Lewis, what's your thought on the team sheet? Let me put it back up for you. Let's have a look here. Yeah, what's your thoughts on the team sheet? Hey, Lewis, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, what's
Hold
your
on,
thoughts on the team sheet?
it's about time we got a couple of changes in there. We know how poor Lacazette's been in recent games. Not really offer us any presence in the box. You know, Eddie, we've been talking about in the WhatsApp group, with the Telegram group. You know, he's a bit of a poacher, and it's something that we need at this time of the year, where, you know, teams like Southampton, they like to sit in, they like to make it difficult, and you need to have somebody that's going to be alive around the box to take a half chance maybe. So it's good to see him in, and it's good that Tavares is in the lineup. He needs a run of games. He needs to build his confidence up, you know, because the Premier League's not easy. And I feel that if he
Yeah, for
does
real.
get the chance to play more games, he's just going to keep learning and soaking it all in. So let's hope that he has a good game today.
Well, I'm just saying to those guys in the chat. Obviously, the game's kicked off now. Big shout out to you, Nay. I hope you're doing okay. I hope everything is going really well. Today would be a great result if we can win. I'm just still trying to talk to me, Lewis. What's going on?
We've started quite lively. We just had a shot on the edge of the box that was blocked. Southampton are looking like they're trying to play on the counter and just sitting deep, but it's all been Arsenal in the opening 4 minutes of the game, 4 or 5 minutes of the game. We're looking like we're up for it. The passing's a lot quicker, a lot crisper, it's a lot sharper. So hopefully we can make, you know, this quick start. You know, we can take the chances from this quick start that we're having.
Yeah, I don't know where my stream has just gone. Don't know where my stream's gone. So, guys, Southampton have changed to a 3-4-3. If you looked at my pre-match notes today, I said that Southampton usually play a 4-2-2-2. It's a little bit of a Holland. All of you guys from the late 70s remember the famous Johan Cruyff Holland formation when they used to play a 4-2-4 or 4-2-2-2. And that's what Southampton normally play. But today they're lined up as a 3-4-3. Very strange, but they're using wing backs now to try and hurt Arsenal. So it's clear.
Nearly. It was a terrible pass from Ben White. Like, it's a simple pass really that gets intercepted, and luckily enough, he's got enough speed to cover the Southampton striker. But it could have been worse.
Right, let me just try and see here what's going on. What has happened to my stream? My stream's just gone mad.
Oh my days, whoa. And there's that danger of somebody who has a bit of pace that gets in behind. Elyounoussi got in, and there's a bit of a goalmouth scramble, and lucky enough, it doesn't fall to a Southampton player in the 6-yard box. But there's the frailties of Arsenal showing there.
Right.
We're not hitting our tackles like we should be hitting tackles, and that's a big problem. Man.
So Arsenal still have got Saka to work the ball forward in transition really well. So that's a bit. But also on the other side, on the left side, it's a big day for Nuno Tavares. It's a big day for him, and also Martin Odegaard. It's a big day for Odegaard as captain. So really, really looking forward to that happening. Really, really looking forward to that. Lewis, are you all right there, mate?
Yeah, I'm just switching to my main Wi-Fi.
Yeah, my for some reason my stream has just gone belly up. I'm just trying to get it back again. I'm using He's Go, and
okay then.
Yeah, but that's just died on me, mate. I can't even see it. It's not even there.
No, they've stopped showing. on that one. Apparently,
it's not even there, man. So I'm gonna have to
back up and
dive.
running.
Right, send me the link in the in
Oh,
the chat.
it's on the Fire Stick.
All right, okay. Let me get it here. Here comes Tony. What's going on, Tony?
Hey pal, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fighting for a stream right here, man. He scored has just gone belly up.
Okay, I'm on IPTV, so I've got it on the zone.
I'm the same as Tony, man.
All right, okay, back here.
Yeah.
I'm back. Yeah, Brodra did well to trick his way into the box there, beating Ben White.
Good. Oh, unlucky, Eddie. Good turn. Just unlucky. Just didn't have full control of that.
What minute you on, Lewis?
Hey, coming up to the 9th minute. What are you on?
I'm on 8:03.
Oh,
You guys are ahead of me. I'm on a 7:50. We need this today, man. So, guys, talk to me about the Tottenham result earlier on today.
Nice result.
I'm not saying too much until after our game, because if we don't, we have to pick up 3 points for it to mean anything. And
exactly.
if we don't win, it means jack all. So
yeah,
I'm staying quiet.
Absolutely, 100%. But it's always nice to see the Spurs lose. So
yeah.
Oh.
You see Eddie's turn.
I don't know if you noticed, but Nketiah, Tavares, Lokonga, and Saka all look the same.
What does that mean?
They're all sporting the same
Meaning
haircut.
they got the same haircut. That's why, and they're similar in height and build.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
If it wasn't for the numbers and names on the back of the shirt, yeah, I'll get what Tony's saying. Man needs to go Specsavers. Go on, Saka. Unlucky.
Mad.
It's gonna be a tough one, man. It really is today. But we've started. Out of the 3 games, this is the best that we've started on the ball.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Come on. Good press. So far, no one's really tested any of the keepers either yet.
Years of age, but that's just hoping he can make the step up now in terms of that.
Not bad, Martinelli.
Yeah,
not bad. Good civil.
Nice movement. Southampton not pressing aggressively as last time, and I think that's allowing us a little bit of time on the ball to build. I guess this is a result of the lack of confidence in Southampton's game at the moment.
12 minutes in, game settling down a little bit now. Looks like
it could be a false sense of security, you know. Hassan Houghton might have said, you know what, we'll wait for them to make the mistake like Palace did and Brighton did, because we had a lot of the ball, but we wasn't accurate with the passing.
Yeah.
Man United are 1-0 up.
No, that's no surprise. Who they play? Norwich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What minute you on, Lewis?
Coming into the 12th minute.
Okay. I think I gained
that's
about
a terrible,
30 seconds by going into Optus, which is at
that's
11:40.
a terrible pass, man. Come on. I think Xhaka gave that one away. Simple pass into Odegaard's feet, and he just missed it by miles. I don't know if it was him that missed the pass.
Right, okay. Right, I'm on now. Well, that took a long time to sort out. So I just wanted to confirm it before anything is going on there.
Go out to him. It's not handball. It's not hand. He couldn't move his hand out of the way. Shut up.
Talk to us, Lewis.
He can't move. It's not in the box anyway, even if it is given. So Southampton on the attack down Arsenal's right. Cedric did get out there a little bit slow, but gets out there eventually. As the Southampton players put the cross in, Cedric's turned his body away, and it's brushed his arm and gone out for a corner. And obviously the Southampton players are going to be shouting for handball, but it was too close. It was too close to do anything.
There's no way he gets his hand out of the way of that. You know, I mean, literally, he's pinged that ball in so fast.
Well done, Saka. Nice and alert there.
What are you drinking, Apollo?
I've got mango. Got mango juice here. It's the Rubicon one.
Ooh, nice.
The watered down version. I'm on the West Indian thing today, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we do this one? I'm running dual browsers at the moment.
Come on, be stronger. Good. Now we build. Well done. Move it. Keep it moving. No, oh my Lord, Cedric. Why?
Nketiah looks in the first opening minutes. Looking all right, you know.
He is. But you know, when you spend as much time on the bench as he has, I expect to start like this. You know, eager to play, wanting to prove a point to the manager. Well done, Ramsdale. Wanting to prove a point to the manager and show Lacazette, you know what? If you ain't gonna play well, I'm gonna take my chance and take your place.
Yeah, he needs to. Interesting that Odegaard is the
captain. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
It's not in. Well, Arteta did say, I read somewhere briefly that he is in line to be captain next season. So why not give him the armband today and see how he does?
Yeah. Let's hope so, man.
And you want your captain to be always on the pitch and not with the physio injured.
I mean, it kind of tells you he's going to be captain because Lacazette ain't going to get a look in next season.
Exactly.
And who else? There's
Well
no one
done,
else
Lukonga.
really. Oh, Tierney could be captain.
Get up, man. Stop watching them play. Get up. Come on. Put some pressure on them.
So looks.
We're not pressing that. We're not pressing Southampton when they're on the ball either, which is quite frustrating.
Yeah. Right, I'm literally.
Well up, Gabriel.
Right, bottom one. Here we go.
Come on. There's the mistake. Go on, Eddie. No, look up. Oh, look up. Oh my God! What a save!
See how dangerous Eddie is, guys. Come on, man.
Oh, mate.
Tony, I've never had you on board with Nketiah before. Come on, Tony, man.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm 30 seconds behind. Here we go.
It's a great ball.
Oh.
I'm thinking Saka could put this. Just bubbled as it's come to him.
It was Saka. It was Saka.
Saka had the opportunity, but Eddie forced the mistake. And Martinelli played in a lovely pass.
Yeah, excellent work from Eddie.
Deliver. That's a terrible ball. Ooh. Touch. Come on. No. Recycle. Bring them out. Go on, do it early. Right. That's it. Keep the tempo high, lads. They're struggling. Come on. Come on, Gabriel, you was winding me up last week when you was doing that. So Gabriel will get the ball. He'll bring it out towards the left. He'll look left. He'll do a ball tap, and then he'll play the ball back to the right where it really doesn't do anything for the team. Like,
it's just a great save from the goalkeeper. Yeah. It's just a great save from the goalkeeper.
It was incredible. The first 10 minutes of Southampton was awful. We know that the quality when Chelsea are on form, they can do that.
It's just a great save.
You're just not in my making here at all, so we'll be delighted that they back to a bit more resolute. The home team, and they'll probably concede a lot of the possession, but I think he just wants a platform for which.
And big shout out
of swapping. I mean, he's decided to swap Martinelli and Saka.
I was just about to say it was the ball came in and the run from Martinelli on the right hand side. Got Cedric Soares here with the corner. 17 and a half minutes. Odegaard puts it back out on the left.
Good ball. Good
Soares,
ball.
nice cross from Soares. Goalkeeper done well there to keep that away.
Come on, quicker, lads. Even if you have to do a 1-2, just keep the tempo high. Well done. Right, can we advance from here now? No, oh, no.
Wow. Yeah, so guys, that was a wonderful save from Foster. He had no right to keep that out. Arsenal should be punishing Southampton for the mistakes that they're making. Southampton really have had more possession, but Arsenal have forced Foster into 2 saves. So Arsenal have really got the rub of the green at the moment in this game.
We need to. Unlucky.
Previous teams were making
just two good saves. Gary says you're way behind a little bit on the streams. I've got my stream up, but I'll tell you where I am. I'm 18 minutes and 50 seconds. Where are you guys?
We're at 20.
You're way behind, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm coming into 2035.
Right, so you're not forcing me having to restart the stream. Oh, I'm now on 19 minutes and 40 seconds.
Still behind.
Yeah, I'm still behind you guys. So I'm gonna let you guys try and lead from the front here, because I'm screaming and shouting, and you lot are looking at me like I just turned up to the party late.
There's nothing wrong with turning up to the party late, is there?
Andrew says Brighton unbeaten in London this season. Jeez.
Really?
Tony's getting bare reps for his clothes this season, you know. He's getting bare reps for his clothes.
Guyana, yes.
Yeah, some of them garms, man. Some of them garms. Yeah, I said that in my pre-match notes, Andrew, that Lacazette had COVID. Isn't it funny when Arteta comes out and says it's personal issues? Shut up. Just tell us he's got COVID. What have you got to be afraid of? To tell a man that you got COVID. Don't do it.
Lacazette hasn't been the same since that happy crack incident. He ain't been the same player since then. And what was that, 3 years ago now? About 3 years ago? He's not been the same player since. And then it was found that he was cheating, and it's just been downhill for him.
It is. I forgot about Vincey. Vincey said, "What's the top you're wearing, Tony?" He just showed us. Afternoon to you, Vincey, as well. And Vincey's not well. He says, "No talking from me. I've got chest and throat issues." I hope you haven't had COVID, bro. My whole
recovery.
Lot, yeah, my lot had it last week, and luckily I didn't catch it. I'm looking at some really good balls playing through to Martinelli. Right now, most of the attack is coming from Martinelli.
Yeah, what I've noticed is we're looking for Odegaard very early. And there's been a few balls where, the centre-backs have got it, and it's an immediate pass into him. So if we can get him, if we can get Odegaard started and get his vision going, we should unlock this Southampton defence eventually.
Yeah, I do remember Christmas, Vincey.
No time. Good. It's been a bright start so far. Let's keep this up. Good. Come on, quicken it up. That's it. That's it. Come on. Oh my God.
I don't know about you, Lewis. I think Martinelli isn't in this game.
He's floating in and out. I'm not really. He's trying. He's trying. I'll give him that. But we're not really.
The change of position. I mean, to me, it seems a little bit unbalanced.
Yeah, I'll give it time. Give it time. Because to be honest, I'd like for Martinelli to be able to run off of both flanks eventually. You know, so he's more versatile.
I'd like to see it interchange in the middle of the game. You know, I don't see why one player has to stay down one flank all game long.
Yeah, that's true. It's all Arsenal though, guys. I've got to be honest. Vincey says we used to play football back in the day. Remember when I had church tournaments? We played together back with his brother Jonathan. Yeah.
Free kick, no ref. Okay.
Andrew says them shirts in the background look small, Lewis.
I'm a small guy, that's why.
and Vincey says he's coaching now in MLS. And Gary says we're playing much better. I think we are. It's all Arsenal. Guys, tell me the last time you saw Southampton have a threat on goal. I ain't seen it.
No, but you know
early minutes of the game.
If you ain't having shots. I mean, as much as we were having a lot of possession, we aren't pinging their goal either.
True.
I think we ping their goal a lot more than what they have.
We've had one shot. We've had one shot.
We've had two.
5 minutes.
We've had two.
One shot.
We've had two.
We've had two, Tony.
All right, so 2 in 25 minutes. That means by the end of the game we'll have had 8 shots.
Yeah, bro, we're away from home, you know. It's ain't the home game.
Still bad. Yeah, we've had how much possession?
About
quite a bit.
60-70%.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Exactly. So all that possession and you've only had 2 shots in 25 minutes don't, to me, mean effective possession.
It is kind of hard when teams sit back, right? It's really hard. Tony, you know what these teams, how they set up against the bigger sides. They sit in, so you've got to work the ball a bit more and quicker to get these opportunities, and that should be a free kick, ref. That's a free kick, ref. He's been sandwiched by both of them. Like, when are you going to protect our players? That's a horrific challenge. They're both. All right, he's won the ball first.
Ouch! What is that?
Yeah, that's not good, man. That's just turned up on my screen. That's not good. Nay says, I'm definitely much happy with our possession and our passing today. We look hungrier. Yeah, at least we got some fight. Maybe the Spurs result had a lot to do with that, guys. Vincey says, no COVID, but still suffering from a few weeks ago in Arsenal Hospital. Bro, I hope you are doing well, and I will call you after the game over the weekend to wish you and your wonderful wife happy Easter. But guys, both managers are on the edge of their technical areas, barking instructions. Everyone knows that this game means a lot, man. This game means a lot to both teams right here.
It does indeed.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Martinelli's like a biscuit, isn't he? A little bit.
Biscuit's more solid. A biscuit's more solid. I'd have said wet wheat a bit, personally. It's a shame. Pepe better start getting warm. I can't see Martinelli. Where is he?
I tell you guys, I'm fighting some Brazilian websites right now, man. Just to, I've got the new Samsung 8, by the way, guys. The Samsung 8 Ultra tablet, the new 14-inch tablet that went on sale last month. I've just got that, so I'm dual screen at the moment from the tablet. So I've got the game on the left, where it's a little bit slow, but you can see, look, Martinelli's having a good game out there on the right.
Tony thinks he's not been in it.
But the one thing I like that Martinelli's doing, when he gets the ball and he beats a few men, he's crossing it into the box. Why? Because he knows Nketiah is in there prowling, man. It just takes one chance. He knows Nketiah is going to be in there.
Someone gives Lukonga an option, man. Look. Come on, Lukonga, find a pass. Great pass. Oh, unlucky. The idea was right. Well done, Eddie. Now look for support. Well done. Start again. Go on into him.
Yeah, man.
Come on, quicker. Where's the movement? Where's the move? Oh.
How many Ross is this? I just got another one come up.
One out. Come on.
So what's going on to everybody in the chat, man? Big shout out to everybody. Yeah.
Come out.
Gary says, Apollo, download potato streams on your tablet. Potato streams will do. I'll do that now, bro, and see where I am. But I have found one which is actually quite good, and it's allowing me. I'm dual screening from the tablet right now, so I'm in two. I've got two screens up at the same time because one of the other ones is kind of blick. Yeah, this one looks good. Yeah, this one looks good.
Turn. Right, now who's offering an option? Now play it quicker now, Xhaka. Come on. Well done. Take him on.
Right.
Oh, you're so lucky, Xhaka. So lucky. Come on. Quicken it up in the middle of the part. It's too slow. Good. Now out of there quicker. Now we go quick. Good. Well done. Oh. Our ball, ref.
No, one of my things came through for me, man. So this is nice. Yeah, I'm up and I'm running. So guys, sorry, I'm only on 29 minutes and 50 seconds.
You're 30 seconds behind me.
Okay, so that's not too bad. I can live with that. And I'll give that other one a try, Gary, later on and see where I am. So for now, one of my American football streams came through for me because Tony, I use NFL Byte.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just went in the footy Byte and that sorted it out for me.
No, Xhaka, go forward, please. We go back, we give them the advantage. We need to start turning towards their goal.
But it has kind of been, let's try and get some perspective on the stats here and see where we are, because it's been all Arsenal. It's literally been all Arsenal.
We've really got to tidy up in the middle of the park. It's like, well done, Saka. Come on. Good. Well done.
Also, I'd love to hear from some Brighton fans today, man.
Where's the pressure? Someone move up to him. Well done, Ramsdale. Good decision. It's like when we got the ball at the back, we're all right. Middle, hot third, we're okay. It's when we're trying to transition to make a quick attack. It's not quick enough. It's like 1-2 touches too many.
Yeah.
Got to shorten it up a little bit and pop it off a bit quicker.
So guys, scores on the doors at the moment. It's Man United 1, Norwich 0, and that means United are a point behind Arsenal with played one more game. So, and that was Cristiano Ronaldo who scored that goal. Obviously, you guys know it's 0-0 here. And then we have Watford 0, Brentford 1. Norgard scored that for Brentford. So not too many games that are sort of troubling us from that perspective. In this game, Arsenal are fairly on top, guys. Southampton's had 5 shots. Arsenal's had 3 shots, but Arsenal's had 2 on target. Southampton's just had 1 on target, and that was in the first 2 minutes. So Southampton really hasn't even touched Arsenal's goal for the majority of this game. And possession-wise, Arsenal's had 68% possession versus Southampton's 32% possession. So it was all Arsenal.
Not really.
Nate said Man United now 2-0 up.
Unlucky, Eddie. Good. Go on. Strength, son, and that should be a free kick to us.
Right, let's see who's got that one. The second goal was scored by, guess who? Cristiano Ronaldo. How many goals has Ronaldo scored this season?
Oh, that Ronaldo, who's such a pain in the butt for Man United that they shouldn't be playing him. They should do everything not to play him.
I know, bro. I know. Could you imagine what their season would be like if took
without him this season? Oh, I just don't get it. He's such a terrible player for their system.
I know, mate. I know. I don't understand what's going on.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
So he's got like 12 goals for them now.
He's
that's
got
mad.
more goals than the rest of the team combined.
Yeah. Actually, including the 2 today, that's 14 goals in 26 games. So he's given you more than a goal every 2 games.
That is the worst free kick that Cedric could have done. Like, I don't know what he was thinking of putting it right there. Let Odegaard step off the thing and let Odegaard take them, man. I beg you, just shout that out. So Eddie does all that hard work to get a free kick in a good position, and then Cedric just wastes it.
Yeah, that's insane. You guys can't hear my commentary, can you? I'm just making sure the tablet doesn't overpower the stream.
Can you hear mine?
Yeah, I can hear you.
A little bit, yeah. But it's not overbearing, so
I'll just turn it down a touch.
Gary's saying Southampton playing 2 low blocks. We need to get some shooting going. Yep, definitely. Gary's saying, see what Eddie brings us. Eddie's bringing us a lot, bro. Eddie's bringing us a lot in this game. It makes you wonder why we've been suffering with Lacazette so much. G saying, sorry, I'm late. Need Saka on the left offensively. Both wingers are limited there.
Saka is playing on the left.
Saka is on the... No, they switched.
Yeah, they switched back.
They switched now.
Okay. Wow. That hasn't happened in a long time. I was just saying how he wasn't doing anything on the left. So, yeah, interesting.
I think the front 3 should just rotate. Because I know Eddie can operate out wide. Just rotate the front 3.
Yeah. G saying a crossing tactic to our target man, Nketiah. It might make sense if he is a goal threat, bro. That's what we're watching.
Oh, what a turn, Tavares.
Yeah, did you see Tavares just beat Lanico there? Tavares just knocked out Lanico for pace there.
That was tidy. He saw it coming. He knew it was coming as well. Yeah. This is the tidy little turn. Goodbye. See you later. I'll take the free kick. Well done, son.
Tavares playing a little conservative today. That's a great ball over to Martinelli. Tavares playing a little conservative today because he knows what's at stake.
Let the boy play, man. Let him just express himself.
Yeah.
You gotta let him just do what he does.
As long as he gets back defensively, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Talk to us about the free kick, Lewis.
They've not taken it yet. It's coming in now, and it's shit. Excuse my language. It was poor. It was so poor again. It's like he doesn't know what to do with the ball.
Oh my goodness! What is going on with Cedric? His deliveries used to be like bang on.
Yeah, his deliveries are always top class. He's not turning it on today. That tackle on Tavares, they're just watching it again.
Oh my gosh. What the hell?
Tony.
The free kick from Cedric is the worst free kick I've seen. I mean, this guy needs to get wages deducted for that.
Worse than the one.
He's normally very reliable.
Worse than the one that he took earlier from wider out.
Jesus,
but guys, I'm on 37 minutes
you get one
and
wrong,
30
like,
seconds.
Whatever I do,
I'm a minute
can't get it
ahead of
wrong
you.
again.
So I'm just watching the free kick that Tony's talking about. That's terrible.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think he was actually going for goal. So
No.
He must have been because it went over the crossbar. He was going for goal. I just saw the replay.
Bruv, what the hell?
That was stupid. Vincey, why is he trying to shoot from there exactly? That wasn't smart at all. That had better be Cedric's last free kick today. He's actually normally good. So he just has to have manager has to have a word with him about that.
I mean, listen, fellas, I ain't joking you, but if Tavares is doing that, we're all shouting, take him off. Yeah? And now
Arteta's already subbed him off and got somebody else ready. And there's people saying that Cedric has been good. I'm just like, I don't see what you lot are seeing. I just don't. Well done. Well done. It's just, we've got to play quicker. It's just too pedestrian now. It's like we're happy to go into the break at 0-0. It really is. That's what it feels like, Tony. It really does.
I also feel like we lack a pivot in the middle. I mean, again, you've got a question in Nketiah. He's had some decent bits and pieces, but he's doing bits and pieces. But what you need to be when you're a central striker is you've got to play a pivotal role in the team.
For me, I'm an Arsenal fan. After this season, a striker for Arsenal, you just got to turn up. Just turn up. Just do something. Because for what I've been watching this season with Lacazette, just give me something. Just give me something. Be a goal threat. Give me something.
I'm working on that plan for like 2030, man. When my son reaches of a certain age, man.
Yeah,
trying to tell him. I'm working on that plan.
You and Tony as well, man. Tony's son is a baller.
Yeah? Good. May you have a good career, man. All the best to him.
That's why I was late. But unfortunately, he's turned to the dark side now. My son. You know what the bad thing is? I've tried. My son was Arsenal like me, but every time we went to Arsenal, we lose. I mean, I can't blame him. He's now turned to Chelsea.
Why? Never in my house. Never in my house.
I live in Chelsea area. I live in Surrey, bro.
Still, man. He could have picked Brentford. He could have picked Fulham, QPR. They're all within that area.
Kuke says, "Come on, guys. This is Southampton. We should be up by now. Such slow build-up play these days. We lose so much easy momentum with this much slow passing. Really? That's because you don't have Thomas Partey in there. That's what happens when you have. I was
thinking that.
When you've got Xhaka in the midfield, you got to take it on the chin, mate.
God almighty, he's so backwards.
You got to deal with the limitations that we have and just run with it. We got no choice.
A great interception. I don't know what the style of play is. Come on, Mark.
You're giving a free kick for that, ref. When he's
seriously.
That's not good.
I think the free kick again. Oh no, that was out. Oh man, this is one of them frustrating games, man. I'm not seeing anything positive for me.
I am. We're still in the game.
We should be at least 1-0 up. Based on those two chances.
I agree. Tony, when you've had bad form like we have, sometimes it's games like this, you got to win ugly, man.
But do you know what the problem is? It's games like this, you lose 1-0. Yeah? This is what happens to us.
Oh, my Lord.
We played badly, and we think we're going to score. They've scored, right?
This Broja is a problem in the air, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah?
He's getting his head onto
it's all very well saying, oh, we're in the game, but we ain't winning the game. And it's not like we're dominating. We are not dominating this game.
Yeah,
well in, great defending on the corner.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Who's there? Who's there?
Because I can't see nothing from Southampton.
Oh my days, man! Come on.
Talk to me, Lewis.
We just conceded. We've just conceded because we don't get a body in front of.
What are you saying now, Apollo? I was just saying it. Yeah? I was just saying it.
And that was a cheap free kick to give away, you know.
It was from the corner. We didn't deal with the corner. We deal with the corner, but then it's the second phase of play from it.
Yeah.
Like Cedric doesn't get his. Nobody gets their body in front.
This
no positives now, Apollo?
No, none at all.
Oh, God, we're letting a centre-half lash a ball in from there. Look at this. That he's finishing it like he's a striker. My God, man.
Oh, that's just awful. Oh,
we've just gone to sleep. All that having the ball means nothing if you can't put the ball in the back of the net.
Wow.
Now they've got something to defend for now, and it's going to be even harder to break them down.
Joke. Absolute joke. I just called it.
Yeah, you did. You did, mate.
Red commentator curse, you know. Red.
Gary says, can't keep giving away stupid free kicks with Ward Prowse. Yeah, the G is saying we've scored 1 goal in 4 games. Injustice says, bro, we are so shit. Well, you know, yeah, we are. Without Thomas Partey, man,
we've gone from dominating a goal to being crap. I mean, literally.
Ramsdale actually gets a hand to it. Gary says Gabriel is at fault again, just like last week. Thomas Partey is losing. Thomas Partey is the straw that broke the camel's back. Losing Thomas Partey, man, is just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Take him on.
I don't know how
this cutting back. We need to do something and like go down the byline. Something, please.
Southampton was not even in the game before that, guys.
It's a toothless attack. It really is.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I have no words. I actually have no words.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of when you're coached and you're told giving away cheap free kicks leads to danger, it just doesn't seem to resonate with these players. There's just no need for it. And you know, and that was right on the spot of half time.
Yeah,
where you just cannot.
Jesus!
Wow. Justice says we're losing too much, man. We've lost 3 or 2 in a row. It's just not the same team without. I mean, the Tierney issue you can kind of deal with, even though we didn't against Palace. You can kind of deal with it, but losing Thomas Partey, in my opinion, he's been the best player for Arsenal in February and March. And then you just take a player. You take a player who's so influential in the way that your defense gets covered and the speed and transition that you start attack. You take that out, then you're just nothing, mate. We're just without Thomas Partey, this team just doesn't look competitive at all. It doesn't look competitive at all. So that's half time, guys. It is a game of few chances here. Foster was the busiest of both of the goalkeepers, stopping Saka and Martinelli earlier on. But Arsenal just giving away cheap free kicks. Bednarik just scored his 4th goal of the season to give Saints a slight lead. The game's not over because Arsenal have been the better team in the game, but they just look toothless. So, I mean, it's really for Arsenal to take the initiative and just be more clinical. Just be more clinical. As Gary said here, too much passing and not enough cutting edge. Nay saying today's game is so crucial. We have been given another lifeline with the Spurs losing. Have to win today, or at least still be in it. I totally agree. You got to come out in the second half and score 2 goals. And you've scored 1 goal in your last 4 games.
We don't even look like we're going to score. Is the honest truth. We don't look like we're going to score.
Man.
I mean, go free at the back and push Pepe on as well. You got to.
You've got to take off your defensive line because apart from what Southampton just did there, they're not hurting you. Apart from what they did there, which was again, the guys are blaming Gabriel. Now's where you just got to go for it. Get Pepe up front. Put some more danger in the team, man. Just go for it. Done now. This is your season. But Tony, I totally agree.
The players on the pitch don't want it. You can clearly see they don't want it. It's like they want the season to be over already.
Really? If they can't be motivated to want it, Lewis, then I have got to put all of that on the shoulders of Mikel Arteta.
I just don't get it. There's something to play for still. Like
there's a lot to play for.
Champions League football, it's in our destiny. If we win today, we're still in with it. We lose today, it's done. It's finished. It's over. It's gone. And then it'd be like, oh, you know, what could have been? Like they've had so many chances this half of the season to be up there in the top 4 fully dusted. Well, not dusted, but up there by a good amount of points, and every time we buckle under pressure. Every time.
Yeah, it's not been good. It's not been good, guys.
And it's not like teams are having to work to score goals now. Like the first half of the season, teams had to work to score goals. Now they don't. It's like, well, we'll sit back and Arsenal of old will give you the opportunity to score and we just have to take it. That's their 3rd shot on goal and they've scored.
I think the worst thing about it is when you looked after Liverpool, we said, all right, man, we've got Aston Villa, we got Crystal Palace, we got Brighton, and we got Southampton. Everybody was saying, you at least got to have 12 or 10 points out of that. We beat Aston Villa away, fair enough. And then you lose to Palace, you lose to Brighton, and you're losing to Southampton now. That 3-game stretch, Palace, Brighton, and Southampton.
So we've gone from 4th to 6th. We're 6th in the table right now. And if West Ham win well tomorrow, we'll be 7th. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Ah, Gabriel, man, I'm seeing the replay. Why are you putting your hands up? Ben White's off the pitch. Your focus should be on the ball defending. Forget that he's rolled off the pitch injured. Yeah, just do your job first. Get the ball out, then see to your teammate. Oh my God.
Justice says we have Tierney injured and we need him. We've been losing. Yeah, and I hold my hand up, man, because I've been calling him an average player this season. But after I saw at Palace how exposed Gabriel was without Tierney next to him, that's when I put my hand up and said, I got it wrong, man. This guy, Tierney is pivotal to our setup. And it took him being out for you to see how Gabriel is now struggling. Gabriel has been awful these last few weeks. He's been absolutely awful. I mean, most of the team has. Let's be fair. Most of the team has just been awful. If you, even today, there's been a few bright spots, but and a slightly better way how they've come out than the last 2 games, but it's still kind of just like toothless. There's still no impact. There's no one dominating the game, and really, oh man. G says Arteta gets the blame for Gabriel. Gary says there's been zero reaction from the Palace defeat. Today, if there was ever a reaction needed, it would have been because Spurs lost and Arsenal are just losing. Facebook user saying, what does the goal have to do with Gabriel?
Watch the replay again. You'll see when the ball comes in from the corner, Ben White and Ramsdale, one of the Southampton players, are contesting the ball. Ben White then falls over from Ramsdale just going through everybody. So Gabriel's eyesight is on Ben White because he's injured, but he's off the pitch. So he's completely forgotten his defensive duties. Therefore, Ben Lerac is now free. So all they had to do was find the man that's free and then boom. Why is he putting his hand up telling the referee to look? It's not a head injury. It wasn't a head injury. You play to the whistle. Classic example, you play to the whistle. I tell my youngsters this all the time. If the ref ain't blown the whistle, the ball's still in play. You deal with it, you kick the ball out, then you can say, ref, now have a look. But it was just shambolic defending in the second phase of play.
Yeah. Wow, this is unbelievable. Justice saying you guys shown an actual game when here giving you the commentary, because we can't. It's illegal to show the games on YouTube. The channel would get shut down because of it. Facebook user, who is this Facebook user? It says Tierney is injury prone, and therefore not reliable. Tavares is not the same issue today. G saying Bertrand Spence not. This is probably Bertrand. Bertrand Spence not sure where the next win will come from. Playing like that, we look absolutely different team just because of 2 injuries. Unacceptable. It has to be better. This is probably Bertrand. Bertrand saying you guys are just looking for people to blame for everything. We have no goal scorers. I think it's a bit of both. Some people just looking to blame the manager for everything, and most fans will be looking for, but because when you break down the event of a goal scored, there's always a reason for it, I guess. So you're always going to have people breaking down the replay and seeing who could have done a better job to stop it from going through. That is like that's
bread and butter.
Yeah, that's bread and butter. Everybody does that for every goal that goes in. James is saying we have to sort this out. I want to see what adjustments have been made at half time to try and stop a lot of this and going on. But Southampton haven't really hurt us. Like I said, they've only had 32% possession. They weren't in the game at all. And then bang, out of a stupid free kick that led to a corner and that led to the goal. So Gary's saying, I thought Holding should have come on today for Gabriel. The way Gabriel's playing, he's probably going to get dropped. Ewan is saying, why is Cedric taking the free kicks and corners? None of them have been good, but that's today. Normally, there's not been a problem. There's not been a problem with Cedric's delivery all season. And he's played a lot of games. This is his, 11th game now. He's played 11 games. And I've not seen him deliver the ball as poorly as he's done today. It happens, isn't it? Players have off days. The problem is where Arsenal is right now, you can't afford to have too many of them. And my biggest issue with this team, Ewan, is name me one person on the pitch in the starting 11 that played well against Palace. Name me one player that played well on the pitch in the starting 11 that came against Brighton. You know, we know Nketiah came off and hit the post a couple of times and pulled off a wicked save and all of that, but he didn't start the game. Yeah, in those 2 games, in our last 2 losses, none of our starters. You can talk about Saka, you can talk about Martinelli, you can talk about Odegaard. Those are the stars of the team. So when I did my video last week, I said that the leaders, the stars of the team, have to come to the fore. When you're in a funk like this, you're looking for your stars to turn up. And none of them are turning up. None of them are turning up.
We got Chelsea next.
Yeah, that's going to be. We ain't winning that.
And they're going to be rubbing up their hands because, you know, they were unlucky not to win the tie in midweek, and they're looking like they're back to their free-flowing best. Yeah. And it's going to take a monumentous performance for Arsenal to come away with 3 points at the Bridge.
And wouldn't it be silly if they went there and they gave it all and won the game? And it would be like, where has that been for the last 2 games, man? It's like that's what bothers me the most is the lack of passion that's come out from the players when they've walked on the pitch. Like, there's no fight. Do you see anybody running running themselves into the ground? Trying to die for the badge. Not a single player. Not one.
And they're all just happy to put on the kit and kick a ball for 90 minutes at the minute and get paid for it.
It might have been you, but one of you mentioned that it's like they can't wait for the season to be over.
I said it.
Yeah, it's like they're on holiday already. Andrew says there has to be a reaction second half. Justice says we need to buy players, and we need players with real experience. It looks like they're going for the younger leaders at the moment now. But I tell you what, Justice, we got 18 players in the squad right now, and 4 of them are going to be leaving this summer. Yeah. So we're literally going to be having 14 first-team players, and you have a roster of 25. So while we might be bringing up a couple of academy players, we might be bringing some of them up, we're still going to have to go out there and buy 5, 6, 7 players in the transfer market this summer.
It's not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. Just for the sheer fact of how thin our squad is, and we have to go out there and buy a lot of players. So, I mean, what's happened to Smith Rowe? Smith Rowe has been so bad, he's been dropped. Saka never did anything against Palace. He had that one good run against Brighton, and what has Saka done today? He had a shot on target, and actually Saka's the one that forced the save from Foster in the first half. So, okay, fair enough, yeah. But outside of that one chance, Saka hasn't really done much. Martinelli's looked like a threat on the right-hand side. I give him that. Where's Odegaard? Odegaard's a captain. Where is he?
He's out on the right-hand touchline with bloody Martinelli holding hands. And like I'm watching, Lukonga's on the ball and he's moving through the center, and I know he's looking for movement, and there's just no movement in the center forward position. Because sometimes you just want to pop it in there to get it back to move the defense. We got to move them more, and we're not. Yeah. That's Arsenal's biggest problem right now. It's the movement of the ball and the players off the ball, and to create space in behind.
And in my opinion, we can't fix that. I know people are starting to talk about the manager and his tactics and all of that stuff. I don't think Arteta can fix that because he doesn't have Thomas Partey. He don't have Thomas Partey. So you can put any player you want or set up the team in any way you want. You're not going to fix that problem. I'm telling you that now. Anybody out there that thinks that there's anyone in that team there that can do what Thomas Partey's done over the last few months, then you're kidding yourself. Bertrand says the manager has good vision, all Philip picking his best team. Yeah, against the Brighton, I agree. Against last week against Brighton, that team was atrocious. Arteta was the reason why we didn't come out. Because just because, I mean, now you've seen him make some adjustments. Now he's playing Nketiah. Now he's playing Tavares. Why didn't you do that last week? Gary says,
why didn't you do it at the turn of the year? You should have done that at the turn of the year.
Gary says,
as soon as we wasn't scoring goals, you got to make a change somewhere. And he didn't. He kept faith in Laka too much.
Too long. Yeah, I agree. It's to score goals, you have to create chances. We have created one chance with Saka. Yeah, and I think before that, Odegaard has been the league's most creative player in chances created. But every week, guys, I talk about that Odegaard to Partey link. You know, that transitional interlink play, the triangles that those guys. He ain't getting that right now. Sometimes I see the ball getting played out from the back four, and Odegaard don't even get a sniff of it.
Unlucky.
Yeah, second half is kicked off, by the way, guys. Paulo, we are not creating enough chances. Yeah, and that's because Thomas Partey's not there. It's good Partey's not there. That's why we're not the same team. We don't have that. Our transitional play is too slow. If you're moving the ball through Xhaka, yeah, this is what we were like before we had Thomas Partey. This is what we were like when we were slow, moving the ball upfield. Yeah. I'm just seeing a lot of similarities right now. Southampton are one of the bogey teams. We've had two wins there at St Mary's before this. Bertrand says, agree. Apollo says he wasn't a concern in the running. I beg to differ. It wasn't a concern in the running.
Right. Good.
Ewan says January window coming up to bite us. Yeah, I agree. Edu's got to take that one. Saka literally missed a tap in, so why isn't he getting the grief? Well, he's the only one.
Corner ball to Arsenal. To be fair, he took it.
So go on.
Sorry. He took the shot with his right foot, which is not his strongest side. And as he's about to strike it, it just takes the slightest of wobble. So when that does that, and you're not prepared for it, it goes anywhere. And you have to give Foster the credit for sticking out his hand when he did. Because if he don't, it's going in. It's a shot on target. It goes in. It's just that Foster's read the situation. It's a hard one to say that Saka should have scored the tap-in when you got all those variables in play.
But I mean, he was the only person that even had that chance, really.
And he did the minimum that is required.
That's a great turn by Sambi. That's better by Sambi. Odegaard out to the right. You're already ahead of me here, Lewis, so you know what's going on here. Saka on the right now, bringing the ball into the middle. Tavares with a shot. Whoa! Come on. Deflected as well. Alex, what's going on? Alex said down tools.
Yeah, I don't think it's down tools. I don't think they've down tools. I just think the squad's so thin. Nah, Ed, you got to play that in earlier, Odegaard. Sorry. So I don't think it's them down in tools. I just think we haven't got enough skilled players to complete the job that we want as fans.
And that's why I mentioned Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, when you got someone playing at Kante levels, that's a miss. That's a huge miss. Gary saying Chelsea would be different because they won't play. Yeah, I agree. Gary did make a comment about Pepe, but saying that, Apollo, where is Pepe? You're not getting a chance. Yeah, that is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. When all is said and done, we can talk about the striker and Nketiah not getting a start, but this is your guy who's had 26 goals, 27 goals actually, and 18 assists, yeah, in the last 2 seasons, and he ain't even on the pitch, and you're struggling to score. Enough said. Pepe's your guy, yeah? Pepe is a threat. You put him on the pitch now, and Pepe's a threat. And you ain't teeing that, you ain't using that. That's a nice through ball there. Nketiah through to the middle. Defender cuts it out.
You see that ball there? Eddie points so early. Odegaard takes an extra touch that gives the defender time to get back. These are the small details that Arsenal need to work on. You know, like Eddie's going to give you that movement in behind where Lacazette would have dropped in short to pick up the ball.
Yeah.
You know, Eddie could have had a better chance at goal had Odegaard spotted the pass earlier. We're just not the play. It feels like there's lots of mismatches out there on the pitch, and there's no cohesion at the moment. It feels very disjointed, this team.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So why can't Pepe get a game? We don't know. We really don't know, and that's hurting us. That's hurting us. Gary's saying Smith Rowe doesn't look right since he came. Yeah, I said that in one of my videos over the weekend that he, and not just him, but Saka as well. I mean, Saka didn't have it bad. Lewis, what's going on?
Southampton got the ball in the box. Strikers doing this dilly-dally on the ball. They managed to get a shot off on target that gets blocked. It's just so poor, man. So poor.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that this was going to happen today.
Well, I went for a 1-1 draw, didn't I?
Well, your bet's still on.
Yeah, it's still in play at the moment. Gary says movement is dead. Carlton is saying we need a miracle to win this match. Alexander Lacazette threat. It says, sorry, I'm not playing today, lads. I had a dodgy karma last night, and I'm currently on the toilet watching the game. Gary says, Sambi is very forward-thinking, but lack of movement stops him from playing forward. G saying, Xhaka worked the ball ineffectively across the field to nobody. I don't know. You know what it is, right? I don't like to do the Xhaka thing because I boycotted him. I'm done with all of that. But I just want to say for all of you guys who are Xhaka fans and everything, our problem right now is moving the ball in transition to speed to our forwards. He's been put back in the middle to do what Partey does. Where is he today? Yeah, I just want to ask the Xhaka fans who's watching this game, what influence has Xhaka had on this game today? I've just seen him shoulder the ball in the midfield. Yeah. Stick up for your guy, fight for your boy, man. And let me know what's happened to Xhaka in transition because that's where we're struggling, guys. We're struggling moving the ball forward at pace. And your midfield.
There's the pass. Right. Now, come on. Okay, right. What are you going to do now? Okay. And then the inevitable stupid ass cross to a 5'6" striker when the goalkeeper is 6'5". What sense does this make? I just don't get it. We're not gonna win. The striker's not gonna win a header like that.
G says Guendouzi would be better playing where Xhaka is playing. Well, he was under Emery. Guendouzi was first on the team sheet.
Don't get me started on that.
Guendouzi was first on the team sheet, man. Sambi is playing as a lone 6. Guendouzi would get slaughtered playing in that role today. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. He said it. Oh, he's saying he would be better playing where Guendouzi would be better playing where Xhaka.
Better with him. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing what Sambi and Partey's like together as a two.
Man. I mean, like right now, they're even struggling to find Eddie at the moment.
So that's where Eddie needs to go and get the ball.
Yeah.
So instead of waiting for the ball to come to you, you go.
Oh my God! Nay's just saying it's Man United 2, Norwich 2.
Not what? Arsenal, please come on! Just Ben White's just gone down from a late challenge from the striker, Boja.
Come on, man. There's so much. I mean, Spurs lose. Come on, let's get something out of this game, man.
Oh my God! I wish I could get my kit on and just go down to St. Mary's and say, "Put my number up, please, Arteta. Let me go out there and do something for this team, man." Because there's just no passion today. It's like the sun's shining and we're just happy to be down by the coast, eating our fish and chips, and go back with our sticker rock and said, "Yeah, we had a good time down there." That's what it feels like. Come on.
So, guys, I'm waiting to get some feedback from you guys about Xhaka. How has he played today? What's your thoughts on what he's done in that pivotal
He's the same
role?
as everybody else on that pitch, Apollo. He's the same as everybody else.
You don't get judged. Tony, you missed Tony, you missed my question before you came. I said Thomas Partey was that cog in the machine that moved the ball in transition. He was key to our attack. So that it's not like everybody else. That position is the most important in the team. He's been the best player in our team the last two.
He ain't playing that position.
So who is then?
So it's a
Sambi's not playing. Sambi's not playing that position.
It definitely ain't.
That's unlucky, Eddie. That's a slightly better ball, but he can't do nothing.
Can you tell me what Xhaka's doing today, please, guys?
Okay. I'll ask you to look at the game, Apollo. Number 23, Sambi Lokonga, is sitting right in front of the back four. And right now, as I'm looking at 56-45, Granit Xhaka is on the edge of the box. Yeah? Number 23 is nearly on the halfway line. Oh, here he comes. So it's no different to when Thomas Partey is playing, except
come on, move the ball faster. Come on, give the ball. What?
Wow, that's a cross. That was a deep cross there. Freddie.
No, you're not getting a penalty for that.
Big shout out to you, Freddie. Freddie says,
now we're gonna start fighting for this ball. That's better. No.
Right, Freddie says, "What's happening? What's happening, bro? Is
bring the ball down.
Arsenal have dominated the possession by 2/3, but Southampton. Look at that. Oh, it's a little back flick there. Hold on. Oh man, Eddie just had a chance there with a backflip. Let me get that half-time ban out of the way. I thought I changed that.
So yeah, Apollo, look at the game. Look at his position. Yeah, there's definitely no doubt that Sambi Lokonga is playing in Partey's role as the single pivot.
No, I can't see that.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm not telling you you're wrong. You see what you see. I don't see what you see.
Okay, look at the game.
Yeah, I'm looking at the game, bro.
Yeah, just look at where number 23 is situated in front of the back four, and number 34 is way in advance. Look, number 34 is on the penalty spot. Number 23 is in the middle of the pitch.
Yes, yeah, I can see that.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, ESR's just come on.
Yeah, he's just come on. I can see that now, Tony, but I haven't been seeing that for most of the game. But I've just
where I'm reading the game, Apollo, and I'm seeing it. Yeah.
Cedric's coming off, so we're going more attacking.
Yeah,
bring Pepe on. If we're gonna go attacking, bring Pepe on.
Yeah. I think why aren't you bringing Pepe on? If
I would actually take Eddie off. I would take Eddie off or Martinelli off and bring on Pepe. That's my next move.
Well, maybe Smith Rowe's feeling better after the COVID because he was awful.
Good ball, unlucky.
I'm leaving. I'm out. I swear to God, I'm done. Pepe can't get no looking in this team.
Yeah, this is awful. This
played white. One more. Not.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Now we're looking like we won it. Now it's taken us an hour to wake up and say, we're gonna play with a bit more intensity.
Well, it's
And-
going to be a 3 at the back, isn't it? So you're going to go with a 3 at the back. You're probably going to match them for 3-4-3 here, really.
Now, why didn't we just do that in the beginning?
Oh, man.
Oh,
Still half an hour left, though. Still half an hour left in the game.
Ben White's playing as that's the centre forward now. He stayed up.
I saw that. How's Eddie playing? In the first half, he was decent. Second half, he's not had any service. He had a little chance here where he had a back flick that just went past the left post, but not really getting a lot of service in the second half, which means he'll have to drop a little bit deeper to pick up the ball. But Odegaard's just crossed the ball in.
You don't want your striker doing that, really, because he should be getting service. So it means that we need to...
Yeah, he's one of the few strikers that probably could get away with that because his work rate is so good. But yeah, I agree with you.
No, out wide. No free kick. Play on advantage. Come on.
It's all Arsenal, man. Goal is coming, you know.
Good. Come on, Saka.
Goal is coming, guys.
He needs a run to distract the defender there. No, Odegaard. No.
The difference, Fred, is that Nketiah is actually getting on the end of chances. In this game, he's had a chance to get on the end of 3 balls that have come into the box, whereas Lacazette wouldn't even make the run into the box to get on the end of anything. So you're getting a little bit more from Eddie, but yeah, I agree. Little or no service. I agree. Sometimes a striker, you've got to make your own luck.
The ball. We've had 80% of the ball in the second half, and it's just wasteful. Not doing anything with it. This is playing right into Southampton's plan. It really is. We have to get a goal now.
It's all Arsenal, though, man. A goal is coming, bro. I can feel it.
Well done, Tavares. Somebody that's willing to get beyond.
Goal is coming. Look at Odegaard with the shot. It looks like it's getting deflected. That's a corner.
He actually didn't, Apollo. It was just a really bad shot. It was a really bad shot. Come on.
Deflecting. Yeah. That's your captain today, guys. Odegaard. That's your captain out there. Big shout out to everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button.
Good effort, but unlucky, Saka. Good effort.
Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody.
I don't know. Martinelli's kind of disappeared from the game now.
I've not mentioned his name once in the second half. And actually, it's a good point you raised there, because a lot of the runs that Eddie was making into the box and the chances that he's had was from Martinelli. And now Martinelli's not really been in the second half.
He looks a bit.
That's your service. Yeah, that's your service.
He looks tired. Bring Pepe on, man. Bring Pepe on, please.
But you know, there is some urgency from Arsenal in their play, though. I have to say that.
You're right, but it's like this should have happened about half an hour ago when we went to go down. That's when the urgency should kick in.
Yeah. Oh, Saka's just gone wide of the left post.
Right, free kick, Are we gonna get a yellow card, ref? It's late. It's all
Arsenal now, guys. It's all Arsenal. Gary's saying Liverpool winning 3-0. What?
Yeah, at Wembley against Man City in the FA Cup semi-final.
But isn't that because De Bruyne didn't start, did he?
I'm not sure. I've not seen the team lineup.
Yeah. He didn't start the game. So yeah, Liverpool winning 3-0. Right, that's at half time.
Wasted another free kick.
Shocking from Man City.
Just wasteful for Arsenal today. Hey, look, everything's lining up for Arsenal just to take everything, right, from before kickoff. And Arsenal like, nah, do you know what? We're just going to give it back.
Well, we got a little bit of time on our side. Pepe on for Martinelli and holding up front as Eddie is the target man. Thank the Lord. Pepe's got 25 minutes.
And now we've made Foster look like a world-class keeper today.
Always do them foolishness, man.
That's offside. That's offside. No?
Always do them foolishness, man. Have you got the Pepe substitution up there yet, Lewis?
Not yet, no. Not yet.
And probably that might have been Gary's wish list then.
Could be. Get up. You're not getting a free kick for that, mate. Get up. Come on, faster. Come on, Saka. Come on, move the ball quick now. Move it. This is where we got to move it quick. It's too slow still. Faster. Take him on.
Andrew says if Pepe gets Arsenal off the hook, then he deserves an apology from Arteta. They did that last time. Remember, they bailed us out when him and Nketiah came on and ended up winning the game for us. G says,
drive.
I watched the highlights of Guendouzi's performance in the North London derby at home a few years ago. He was absolutely out of this world. So progressive, so brave with the ball, and his passing was on point. If any of our current midfielders played like that, we'd be raving for months. But they don't. That's what I'm saying. Everyone, when we had the midfield a couple of years back under Emery and Xhaka and all of them guys were in there, Guendouzi was our best player.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And because the man stuck up for one of our players and had a bit of an attitude, and you need attitude in this game. You can't be too placid. You can't be too nice, right? If you got too many players in the team that are too nice, you don't tend to win nothing. Like, I guarantee you that some of the players in that Invincible side were nasty players and were taught and all sorts. And then all of a sudden, because he's questioning the manager, like, if you're not sure, you're going to question the manager and say, why? There's no harm in it. He's probably just done it in a way that Arteta doesn't like. But you need some of that spark in the midfield. You need a bit of bite in there. Him and Partey would have been a very good partnership, but because he's got attitude,
him and Partey would have been amazing, bro.
Because of the attitude, this, that, and other. He's not.
Oh, Pepe's coming on. He's coming on.
Yeah. I've always liked Guendouzi.
So that means he's giving Pepe 25 minutes.
Whoopie-doo.
Yeah. Well, it's disgraceful. But
take him on.
These are the things that's gonna make or break our season, man. These little decisions, there's fine lines, man, and you get so much production out of Pepe. Why would you? Pepe. So we're going way attacking then.
Yeah.
We're going way. So
I think Nuno needs to be.
So he's going to drop Xhaka back then into left back. Is that right? You're going to go with back three with Xhaka?
He's probably going to back to Xhaka's kind of hovering around.
Yeah, so he's going with the back three with Xhaka then. So it's a very attacking formation. If you can't score here, if you can't get goals here with this lineup, then it's never going to happen. If you can't score goals in this lineup, then it's never going to happen. Mad. Big shout out to everybody out there. If you're not subscribed to the channel, man, please hit that subscribe button to everybody. This is a huge game today. We cannot lie down and die in this game, man. We cannot lie down and die.
Finally, someone's actually trying to take on Pete. It's like no one wants to take him on. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Force him back. The more that you hold back against the defender, the more he's going to be like, right, I feel invincible today. Terrible ball into the box again from a corner. Oh, Lord.
Saka just lost that ball really badly. He's got it back.
We've got 20 minutes to put the season back on track.
God, Saka is having a nightmare, isn't he? Anyone? Saka?
Ooh, that was close. Pepe already had a shot. Already had an attempt on, not on target, attempt at goal. Yeah. He did well to get in to even direct it towards.
What the hell was that corner? Oh my God!
Who took it, Tony?
Oh my God!
Who took it, Tony? Because I didn't see who took it. Was it Cedric
Martinelli.
again?
It was. Oh my God! I mean, literally, it was. The ball went along the ground.
Yeah. Look, come on, go on, Sambi. That's it. Well done. Right, take your man on. Take your man on, please. Somebody take the man on. Oh, just drive towards the byline a little bit, at least.
So I must be about 2 minutes behind you, because I'm on 71 minutes and 15.
I'm on 72-10.
Yeah, because I've just seen Pepe's ridiculous attempt at goal. That was a good attempt.
Yeah, he done well to direct it towards the goal. Good ball in. What? Oh my God, Ben Foster! Forrester again, man!
My God!
Hey, the ball is going in, and he's just made the late attempt. Scuff shot from Smith Rowe, and he's just clawed it. He's man of the match for me, if it stays this way. Bloody hell! You just wanted a bit more. Oh, come on! I don't expect Xhaka to score with that. Yeah.
Wow! So 20 minutes of this remaining, guys. It's Arteta just throwing everything at the attack at the moment now. Everything but the kitchen sink. There's nothing that he's got on the bench now. So it's just realistically Arsenal finding a way through. Everyone's getting touches on the ball. Ball's coming in. Oh, so I just saw the save. So Xhaka's ball was whipped in towards Pepe, organizes his feet well. He gets a volley off, to which Foster is just scrambling to tip wide of the post. You can see here. Comes off in no man's land. Oh, it's Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's the one that gets a hit on it. It doesn't look like Smith Rowe actually catches it sharp. If Smith Rowe catches that sharp and gets his laces through it, it's in the back of the net.
Oh my days. No. That's poor defending again. Well, they dealt with it in the end, but it shouldn't have even led to Southampton getting a cross into the box.
It's fight or flee right now, isn't it? It's fight or flee. At
They're
the moment,
looking to turn back home and go up the motorway back to London right about now already.
Yeah. It's fight or flee now, man.
Come on, Gabriel. Play the ball quicker. Come on. We're losing 1-0. Thank you. Good ball. Drive at them. Not seen this team backpedal for time. Right. Quicker. Everything's too slow. Quicker. Right. Thank you. Take him on, Pepe. Take him on.
The middle of the park is where our problem is, man. And like I said, I can't see a fix for it because you haven't got Partey. He makes
have a shot. Well done, well recovered. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh my God.
Andrew says it's a bold decision by Arteta to let Uber go. It may come back to haunt him.
No, ref, you wasn't even gonna blow.
Andrew, when I hear that, I'm just like, what did Aubameyang do for Arsenal? What did he do when we played him?
Blow for a free kick there, man.
It's easy in hindsight to say that letting him go was the wrong decision. But when we played him, he didn't do anything. It's frustrating to listen to because it's just like he had his chance here and he did nothing. It's just like
ref, you played on, and then as soon as we get it, you didn't even put your arm up for advantage.
Yeah.
Sambi's coming off, I think, or is he gone over to get some fluids? I want this time added on, ref, because this is what Southampton do round about this time of the game. One of their players will go down for ages so they can all get fluids and electrolytes on board.
Yeah, true.
Oh, let's see this damn goal again, man. Oh, it's just...
This is... And the thing is, it's worse because the injuries play such a pivotal role of this current form right now.
You know what? We got Man United next. Is it next week we got United 23rd?
Well, we got Chelsea midweek.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Yeah, we got Chelsea midweek.
And then we got West Ham after Man United. Yeah.
What's going on here? GK says our season is over. Bertram says, so the strategy is to put 11 forwards on so the defense can be compact, leaving no space for the midfield. Well, we didn't have a midfield to begin with, but yeah, I see. Look, Bertram, like I said, there is no answer or no fix to the Thomas Partey problem. Yeah, period. I don't care what anybody, you lot can come up with 1,000 different ways how we can set this up, and without Partey, you're just not going to get to that level. You ain't going to get to that level again. GK says, I don't even want Europa League placement. Europa League was our target, bro, when the season started. And that's going to be a fight. That's going to be a fight to achieve. Kuke says, Son and Kane are levels ahead, and that's the difference. Scary hours from Mikel now. Not bothered about missing out on Champions League, but not disgracefully like this. Gary says, this isn't about Partey, it's about the lack of cutting edge. He was a big reason for that cutting edge, Gary. He really was. In terms of transitional play, look how slow our build-up play is. It's non-existent. And it's so easy to read. I mean, we're almost telegraphing what we're doing with the ball in the midfield. G says, Emery was sacked for less than this. Bertram said, just watch the goal again. I have no idea what Lewis is talking about, Gabriel.
So you don't see Gabriel putting up his hand and going, stop. Watch it again. You'll see Gabriel going, stop. Oh, my player's down. Ronaldo's just got a hat, by the way.
GK says, injuries ruined us. Kept mentioning quality and lack of depth. That is the key to it, GK. In a nutshell, that's what's killed us. It was the lack of strengthening brought in January, and the injuries just ruined us. That is it. What we're seeing now is just a reaction to all of that. Andrew says this is where support around Arteta is lacking. We don't have a big squad. GK says we can rely on these youngsters to play consistently for an entire season. Yeah, that's what it came down to. It was nice when Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli were scoring, making up for the deficiencies of Lacazette. But when that well goes dry, then you're left with nothing. Nays just said United have just scored. Bertram says it's not about Partey. Andrew says, where is the calm, experienced heads to ensure this inexperience does not... Funny you mentioned that, because that's why I was talking about keeping David Luiz for another season, but he thought he was going to get a chance with a Champions League team. Even now, he's still not doing nothing. So it was just a shame, but I would have had David Luiz here for another season. He was the guy who was putting his arm around the shoulder to those young kids.
Great ball. Oh my God, this damn keeper.
Yeah, the goalkeeper's
again.
He's looking like newer today, isn't it? He's looking like newer today.
Come on, lads. Come on. Odegaard goes wide.
Oh man,
He's got to go to the. He's got to open his foot up. He's got to open his foot up rather than closing
it's
it
going
off.
to be one of them games where you have 25 shots and nothing goes in. This is going to be one of them. This is going to be one of them toothless games. And
The
the thing is,
ball that he did was like a quality ball.
the thing is, they're all long shots. You know, you're not putting the ball into Eddie. There's all long shots. Look, I'm looking at Eddie making runs between the centre backs. He ain't getting the ball.
Wait till you see the run that Saka does.
Look at that by Odegaard. What a ball in. Saka hit that straight at the goalie though. That was good though. That was good. That was good. Great ball in from Odegaard there. You can't ask anything.
I do hope the ref adds on time for Southampton just taking ages to make substitution. Excuse me.
Bertram saying Odegaard and Saka are getting all the chances, but they're not really prolific goal scorers. Yeah, I know, man. I mean, Odegaard just missed another chance there. It is all Saka and Odegaard, and it's all long shots. That one, not so much. Look at that ball in from Odegaard to Saka. Brilliant. It's not even. Oh, Man City's just scored. Jack Grealish. What's the score? Yes, 1-1 Brentford. United are 3-2 up. Is that a hat trick for Ronaldo? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he scored a free kick.
Lord. Yep, last big 10 minutes coming up, guys.
Oh.
This is just this would be it. If you don't win here today, then yeah, your season's over. And I just think that you're going to tumble down the table because Man United coming up, Chelsea coming up. I think that's going to bury us. Yeah,
West Ham as well.
Yeah,
they're flying at the moment.
Yeah. I could see us dropping back down to.
Oh my God! Now Southampton on the counter attack because we can't play the ball. Well done, Gabriel. Good piece of defending.
Yeah, I could see us dropping down to 7 or 8.
Well done. Go on, Odegaard. Find the pass now. Who's making a run? Make your run, Martin. You should have made that run earlier and open up the pitch for Odegaard. You didn't. You're staying narrow, so therefore he has to keep carrying the ball. Look, play it down the right. No. Boy, it's just so tough to watch this. I want to know what's going through the minds of the players. No, Xhaka, no. Why are you shooting? Another save.
Bertrand says Saka has not beaten his man once all day. Not a good look. Gary says holding up front. Stick Gabriel is holding up front. G saying so true, Bertram. Yeah, this is just damaging the club's image. They need to seriously consider Arteta's future after this.
Put the ball back into the box. Why are you shooting from there? Just put it to the back post.
Yeah, the table doesn't look good. GK saying, well, now that I look at the table, we actually still have a game in hand with Spurs United. So Man U go up a level of us on points and Spurs 3 points ahead. So get a draw, at least we can. So get a draw
at
least.
Against Chelsea. At Chelsea.
That's handball. We can win out our next game and we can go ahead. We need something from this game, bro.
We ain't winning at Chelsea. Stop that nonsense.
We need something from Spain.
Tell him again, Tony. Tell him again. Tell him again. A bit louder this time.
Wouldn't it be funny if they went down there and beat Chelsea? I just, you don't know what's going to happen in this league, man. This league's messed up like that.
No, but Chelsea gonna want to prove a point to everyone, you know, and they've actually picked up their form, even though they lost over against Real Madrid. They looked a better team. They were actually closing down the passing lanes. They had a good shape to them. Like for a long period.
They did actually win the game in 90 minutes. They won that game 3-1.
Yeah. And they scored some cracking goals as well, man. Mason Mount scored a nice goal.
Oh man, this is bad. Arteta going to pull off a masterclass. GK says, Tony, we've got to believe. Cook is saying,
good ball. Come on.
Southampton were battered like a week ago, and you go and lose like this. I know it's injuries, but I'm finding it hard to defend Arteta. GK saying Arteta got to prove a point after these last 3 matches. What can he do though? What can he do? Look at the team. What can he do? I mean, I know he should be playing Pepe. I get all of that, and I 100% agree with all of you guys. That is of his own making. The Pepe issue is of his own doing.
We win this ball back now.
But you can't replace Partey, man.
No foul. Someone press him then. Get up. Play on. Come on. Oh, come on. A better touch there. Come on, Eddie. Better.
Michelle says, Bertram, that's who I wanted to see today. Okay. And Andrew said, Arteta has not lost 3 in a row yet. GK says, we got to throw the sink at these teams. Agreed. Kuke saying, remember all those fans that said Xhaka was carrying Partey? Come on, lads. Sambi's got to do better. He's got to do better there.
Go on, protect that, Martinelli. Right, can you turn back into the box? Can you turn back in? No shot, just click. Oh my God, what the hell are you doing, Xhaka? I don't know. Oh my days.
It's just such a waste.
Oh, Sambi, you got to. I know you're tired, but that's got to be better there. That's got to be better there. That's get up. That's not a foul. He's falling over. He's actually falling over himself. Yeah, the game's done.
This is ridiculous, guys. We can't even score. Yeah, we can't even score. Gary's Jimmy says it's a mess. Gary says, the way I see it, a point or 3 against Chelsea with the Spuds having to go to Liverpool puts us still in the mix. That's a fair point. Kuke says Partey is a big miss for us. We have 2 ways of playing: slow and boring when we are not losing, and huff and puff, and just throw attacking players in there when we are losing. It doesn't seem to be back to the goal. It doesn't just see. It's the midfield, bro. It's the midfield. But up front, I would expect more from your superstars. What has Saka done today? Looked a little bit busy. I'll give him that. Martinelli has done nothing. Smith Rowe's had 1 shot since he come on, but he missed it. Odegaard is the big thing for me. I did see him play 2 beautiful passes in the box, but for most of the game, he's been missing. And he's your captain. So Bertrand saying people gasping at straws in the mix. It must be a DJ. Yeah, the middle is awful. The middle's where the problem is, bro. The middle, because Sambi and Xhaka can't deal with the overflow, and they can't move the ball quickly in transition. So by the time they're plodding around with the ball, the defense has already got their shape. So you can't even do anything.
What? Oh my Lord! Ben White's just giving away a free kick on the edge of the box.
And that's.
And to be fair, the Southampton player, Elyounoussi has absolutely milked it. Yeah, but you can't be dangling your leg like that. Award Proud special coming up, man. Yeah, it's a foul. It's a foul.
Man, this is
I don't know what happened to these man during the international break, but they're still on the They're still on the plane.
Bertram says our problem is up front and has been that way for years. Stop blaming the midfield only, bro.
We've been blaming the forward line all day today.
Well, but Bertram's got a point. The forward line's been a problem, but we've been beating teams with Thomas Partey in the middle of the park. So yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about Partey. But Partey not being there has just killed this team. It has. Sorry, Bertram. It's just took this team to the gutter. I agree with what you're saying about the forwards, but we were still winning without the forwards. We were still winning with a toothless Lacazette. We were still winning. And when Partey came out the team, that is it. We just don't look at the races for anything. We just look off the ball. We ain't even close to scoring right now. He's the guy. Partey made Odegaard. That's what I'm telling you guys. Yeah, Odegaard was shining because of Thomas Partey. He was that invisible wall, that Gilberto, that guy that was doing all the dirty work to make it easy for everybody else. And he ain't there right now, and we look awful. And it's injury time now. We've got 3 minutes left.
Fun this team, man.
This is a collapse of massive proportions. And when we had 10 games left and everybody was asking, what's your predictions? I was going to put a prediction down, and Tony Cox said to me, Apollo, it's still too early. There's still time to capitulate. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why you don't show your hand, because with 10 games to go, since then, we've just capitulated, lost 3 straight against the easiest run-in that we've had, in the latter part of the season. The Russia games, when you go away to Wolves and Leicester and them places, you expect tough games, which we did, but we had the team to dominate. Thomas Partey dominated in those games. Dominated. And now look at this run, look at this stretch of games. Southampton, who got mullered last week.
Oh, fuck's sake, man. Excuse my language, but Martinelli. Oh, we work it well, but yeah, the game's just
I mean, we had a chance today to make up on Tottenham.
And instead, we've been overtaken by Man United. And can be overtaken again tomorrow by West Ham.
Yeah.
So what an absolute calamitous collapse.
Yeah, it's a massive collapse. It's a huge collapse.
When Emery had the collapse at the end of his year, at least he got us to a European Cup final.
Because he didn't have injuries to deal with, Tony. That's why he got us to the final. This team is just capitulated.
Oh my days.
Time. It's all over for me.
And the one thing that I mentioned in the weekend, which we can't say enough about, and this is why Arteta hasn't done the best with what he's had to work with. But at the same time, he still had to deal with Smith-Rowe and Saka's COVID, and he's had to do with Tierney, Tomiyasu, and Partey's injuries. But he hasn't made it easy for himself, because why would you leave Pepe and Nketiah out of the team for so long? So you're not even gonna get. I can't even defend you. I can for the injuries and all of that. I can defend it. But your team sheet last week against Brighton was just a joke. So that's on the manager. I can't even defend Arteta for that. But for the other stuff and the injuries, this is why I said in my video in the midweek, everything is just compacting. It's just imploding. The walls are falling in from all sides.
Bertram, come on, bro. Come.
Game done.
Let's jump this up,
game done.
I don't know if I can I need to listen to my guy. I need my guy Bertram to come in and just let's chop this up, man. Let's dissect this because this is gonna get nasty. This is gonna get really. I'm gonna tell you now. I told you before. I'm gonna tell you again. The Arsenal fan base is gonna go into absolute meltdown.
They were already there last week.
It already is.
All this does, Tony, is reinforces everybody's argument in the forums. Yeah, that's what it does. It reinforces all of that argument.
I mean, there's just
Gabriel.
I mean, I don't know who can defend Arteta now. I really don't.
Yeah, Vincey said meltdown. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and watch the whole thing just explode because I ain't got much to say because where's the effort today? I mean, they looked at they came out and at least looked like they were trying, but I'm sorry.
No, Apollo. It's just the false sense of thing. All teams do now is say, Arsenal, have the ball. Just have it. Because we know you're going to give us a chance to score. That's what's happened in the last 3 games. Every single team we've played have let us have the ball. So we look like we're dominating the game when we're not. Because we're playing right into their hands by playing this slow, passive football. And all of a sudden, boom, they get one chance, one proper glimpse of goal, and they always score. And then the heads go down from the team. When a team gives you the ball, pin them in and play the ball quick. We're not playing it quick. We're looking, touch. Oh, I've seen you make the run, but I'm not going to give it to you because I think this pass will look better on the TV. We're not playing passes that are hurting teams. It's just everything's just out wide and then back in, then out wide and then back in. And then when we do isolate the any of our wingers against the fullback, it's I'll half take you on to cut back to play the ball back inside. It's too easy to defend against. It's too predictable. Way too predictable. You cut out the passing lanes, you've stopped Arsenal from doing anything.
Yeah. Look, man, I said it before, man. For me, it's the Thomas Partey thing. We look awful without him. We look terrible without him. And I haven't seen anything that convinces me otherwise that this team can even move the ball as quickly in transition without him. We can't. And I was saying that from time. I made 2 videos in a week, and both of them were saying the same things, that I don't see anybody in this team that can build the attacks in the way that Partey has. And we ain't got an answer for it. And a lot of that has got to do with what happened in January. And I know a few people have been talking about that in the forums. The January transfer window is what has kind of done this team in, because you look at Tottenham, they brought 2 players in. They moved players out as well. Yeah, they moved players out just like we did. But the difference is they brought 2 players in. And one of those players had been playing really well for them. I think on the TV forum last night, Tony Cox was talking to Andy, and Andy was saying, you know, you look at someone like Mora. Mora can't even get in the team right now because they've brought some players in that are really doing a number. But for Arsenal, we don't have that. And on top of that, Spurs don't have any injuries, so fair enough. On top of that, Arsenal have major injuries. So you're dealing with not bringing in reinforcements in January, then getting major injuries too. It's just a recipe for disaster. And that is your capitulation right there.
I'd like to correct you a little bit, Apollo, because we haven't got major injuries. Yeah? Major injuries is when you have 6 players out. That's major injuries. We have 2.
3.
Who's the 3rd?
Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney, and Thomas Partey.
Okay, sorry. My apologies. So, yeah. It's that major injuries. Wow. I mean, okay. They're definitely significant injuries. But what any decent manager of a football team is tasked to do is ensure that you have contingency for injuries. Because every club will have injuries.
And that's why January is so pivotal.
I appreciate that there are clubs out there who haven't got 3 players of that caliber out, i.e. Tottenham. But if they did, you know, they would have cover. I would be certain that they've got cover in most positions with the exception of Harry Kane.
I've got to try and figure out whether player ratings is actually going to make sense here, man.
Nope.
Because it's, you know, for the last few player ratings, teams are everybody just gets a flat 3 or 2.
Yeah.
You know,
don't worry. I would suggest we overlook player ratings to dissect our season, our manager, the players. I've just put Man City Liverpool on, so City 3-1 down.
I should do that as well. Hold on a second. Let me just go to that one now.
How you doing, Bertram?
Bertram, how you doing, bro?
I am doing well. How you guys doing?
Bertram, your camera's a little bit low. I can barely see your. Yeah, that's better. There you go. First of all, Bertram, how's everything in New York? I haven't had an update from you in a while.
Things are good, actually. Things are good. I mean, apart from don't want to take the subway because people like to shoot each other.
We saw that. we saw that yesterday.
I take the bus nowadays because it's not. I don't know. It's not as bad as it seemed, but it's not a good situation.
Is Kyrie Irving allowed to play at home now, or is he still?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Okay.
He's been on the tear, man. He's been on the tear, bro.
For real.
Actually, watching him up close and personal now, and I've been to Nets game because I used to live right beside the stadium. He's better than I thought he was. Like, he's ridiculous.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know how you didn't notice that. I don't know how you couldn't have seen that.
Well, no, you watch him in Cleveland, you watch him at Boston, and they didn't do well. But you watch him up close and personal, he's ridiculous.
Yes,
he's ridiculous, unbelievable. Like, his ball handling is off the chart.
It's exceptional. It's the best in the league, in my opinion. When we finish this stream, I'm actually going to be watching the playoffs. So Utah play Dallas in an hour at 6:00 UK time. So,
your team is crumbling, man. Donovan Mitchell want to come to a real city.
Well, I did say that. Yesterday, Bertram. Yesterday, I said that this is it. They're done. They're going to break the team up now. They're done. They've had the chance. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, we'll trade Randall for your player. We'll give you Randall.
I'm just trying to get the United game up on this thing.
Salah just missed the.
Zinchenko almost gave away a goal. That's poor.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to head the ball? Kick it out of bounds.
So what's your synopsis, Bertram?
Of what transpired?
Yeah.
I am not surprised, Tony. I think people sometimes are very tailored in their view. They're not very broad-based thinking, right? So you see something. I said this to Apollo a while back, and Apollo was like, "I don't care about the running," and I laughed. Because I look at our schedule for the rest of the season. I look at our goal scoring and how we score goals. And we're not like a City, Liverpool, even the Spurs, right? Where we have 2 prolific goal scorers. We break things down. We just break them between the lines and put the ball in the net, right? We had Saka and Smith Rowe scoring goals. But it wasn't as if we had a really well-structured, formulated way of getting the ball in the net. So what happens is when those players are not, because they were never prolific goal scorers in the first place. They are who they are. In fact, you hear me argue about Saka all the time. I get grief about this from most people, right? Because I watch him play, good player, but he plays safe. Unlike Pepe, who plays unsafe. You have to take risk in life to achieve your goal. You can't just play safe 24/7. So when I watch us play, and first of all, our midfielders don't score. Well, Odegaard wasn't scoring a few goals, but Partey doesn't score, Xhaka doesn't score. The only goal scorers I have, maybe a few headers from Gabriel, is going to be my 3 forwards, right? And my 2 wide men are not prolific goal scorer. And my center forward has been a bust since we bought him. You look what we bought him for 50-something million. We bought Aubameyang after that. He wasn't even starting all the games when Wenger was here. And we used to complain, why is Wenger playing him? Don't know what Wenger was seeing. But he has not been a prolific goal scorer from day one. He's been a bust, frankly. He has 2 goals from open field for the entire year. Abba left. Now he's going to center forward. And at least today, say Nketiah almost got a goal by just effort, right? When he blocked that ball and gave it to Saka. Saka should score that goal. Everyone says a great save by the keeper. Tap the ball in the right-hand corner. It's a tap-in. So it's very frustrating watching all of this. Look, do I think the manager a good manager? I like the strategy he has. I like his vision. I hate his game management. Like, literally hate his game management. Where we're going strategically is the right approach. Get rid of the dead weight. Bring in better players. Bring in players who can see a future with who have potential, who have sell-on value. Hopefully those players will materialize and mature into really good players that we can be proud of going forward and can bring us to where we want to get to. His goal, I agree with him, is not to just make top 4. His goal is to compete with Liverpool and Man City. The problem is, I'm not sure some of these players have the potential to get to that level. Right? Martinelli, for example, who we all rate, doesn't lift his head up when he starts playing, Tony. He's looking for money on the ground, which he can't find half the time. So if there's an opportunity to get somebody in, that gets missed. By the time how many times have Martinelli put the ball through to someone to go score a goal? Saka does that periodically. Martinelli plays one-dimensional. Saka is too safe. Laka needs to go play for Barcelona. Who wants to go play for? Leave us, please. And Nketiah, I like the guy, a lot of energy, but you're not good enough. We have a lot of holes, Tony. Tierney needs to go. Sorry, Tierney, but you're injury prone. You can't. You may be a great player, but you're not on the field to play. I can't use you. Tomiyasu, who's just been here, was injured when he was in Italy. Seems like he's injury prone also. You can't have somebody best. Partey is 35, so I understand why he's injured. So we have a lot of challenge. No, Partey is not 28. Come on, guys, please. That person didn't get that check. So I understand why we're so Tony. We have issues, but we also have a bright future. Saka, even the ones that come to Martinelli, Odegaard are good players. Lukaku is going to be a good player because now I see Lukaku trying to play like he wants to play. We get rid of Xhaka. We hold Partey for 2 more years. We bring Saliba back. Unfortunately, we can't bring Guendouzi back, right? Which is awful. We're going to sell Guendouzi for £9 million when he's worth about £50 million. We're going to sell the Greek kid for £3 million in Germany when he's probably worth about £25 million. Like, we make all these decisions year after year after year, which is illogical. So I've done my something look at me by saying, I'm not perturbed about this season. I look at the run-in and say, we're going to struggle running in. I knew we were going to struggle. No way we play like this considered for the rest of the season. But I think everyone is culpable. Fans are culpable. Because, Tony, I tell you this, Tony. I'm here's an example, Tony. When we go to Knicks game in New York, and they play random, where we call for Toby, the manager, the coach has no choice but to make a decision. You hear Toby rigging their ears, they put him on the field. And you hear all the Arsenal fans calling for Pepe and say, we want Pepe. And Arteta looks like an idiot. We want Pepe. You can pressure the manager without being in the decision-making process. Because you call for a player, at some point, the announcers hear it, they start calling it out. Fans hear it, other teams hear it. He has no choice. Is Pepe the savior? No. But he's our best goal scorer, and we can't score goals.
Yeah, exactly.
We struggle to score goals for the last 3.5 years, so why aren't we doing that? So anyway, Pepe, my soliloquy is done, but there's a lot there, Tony, but I am not at the point where I'm giving up on the team, because I do believe going forward that we're laying the groundwork to build upon. My only challenge is, do some of these players have the ability? Like Tomiyasu does, Tierney does, but will they be on the field? Ben White, here's the thing with Ben White, guys. When we play a very good forward, he struggles. But he's not good. When he plays a very good forward, a strong forward, he struggles. And I don't have the Gabriel. Maybe he got into the Brazilian team. I think he has arrived. So there's a lot there, but look, we can critique all we want. I think we should support the team still. But the manager has to take some blame because I hate his game management. Like today, guys, you know what he did? He put on 11 forwards, like I said. So what happened, Tony? All of us now in the box, Tony. There's no room to maneuver. The defense then becomes strict and compact. You have no room to create space. Right? What City does, which we don't realize, is play their wingers really wide. So you guys don't play close to my wingers. I create space between the lines so I can get in behind. Don't put 9 forwards on the field. You're wasting time. So anyway, it's frustrating.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he should have taken off Tavares, because I actually thought Tavares was adding.
Tavares played well, Apollo.
Yeah.
Tavares played well today.
So
Tavares, and also he can attack, right? He's an attacking.
Exactly. I wouldn't have taken him off. He actually was the one that was whipping in some neat deliveries. But
Cedric should have come off a lot earlier than what he did.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know what people are seeing in Cedric, because I've never seen it. Never seen it in his Arsenal career.
No, Lewis, Cedric offers a warm body. And right now we need better than warm bodies. Cedric is not the answer. You get a 4-year contract. How the hell you get a 4-year contract? When you have no offensive skill, you're not a great defender. How you get a 4-year contract?
Well, I mean,
because your agent has affiliation with Edu? Come on.
In all fairness, though, Cedric is doing his job as a backup, Bertram. You just said he's not the answer.
No.
You want your backup to be as good as the player that just come out. That's our problem. We don't have the depth in the squad.
Of course, yeah, because we're in a rebuilding stage where we've got the thinnest squad in the league. Most teams have got 25 players to choose from. We got 18. And 4 of them are leaving in the summer.
18.
Yeah,
you know what I'm doing in that game? You know what I would have done? I would have put Holding on the field. I'd have put Saka at left wing back. Right? I would have played 2 wing back just to make sure I protect myself defense or give a goal. But have as much offense on the field as possible, right?
Yeah.
He should have done it the last game when he puts Frankly Xhaka at left back. He should have done it with Saka and played 3 at the back. That's what he should have done. Is all in the answer? No. But at least my wing backs are offensively, they have offensive ability. We have none by Cedric. I have, and Apollo, all your players, Apollo, should have some differentiating quality. They might be the best players. What is Cedric's differentiating quality?
His quality for me is his intelligence on the ball and his crossing. I think he plays well in space. I think his deliveries is probably the best out of all of our wide wing back defenders, out of Tierney, out of Tomiyasu, out of Tavares, out of all of our wide players coming into the final third. I think he delivers the ball better than anybody. But I think he's athletically challenged.
I think he's just challenged as a footballer. I have no idea against the Portugal squad. That's not bad, Cedric, because Cedric didn't cost us the game today, right?
Yeah.
Cedric didn't cost us the last 3 games. We got bullied by Palace. All those kids we keep talking about, they just got bullied off the field by Palace. Next game we didn't turn up, and today we didn't turn up. We had 80% possession at one point in the game. 80% possession.
Yeah, I know.
We're like Barca. That's what Barca was against Frankfurt. 75% possession and creating limited chances.
So here's my problem, and I talked about this last week in the 2 videos I made in the midweek. My problem is, when you have displays like the last 3 games, you can take into account that a player is going to have a bad game. Because, like I said to Lewis earlier on, not everybody can bring their A game every single game. It doesn't happen. Even the Cristiano Ronaldos can't do that. But what you can do is you can turn up and you can show your effort and you can put in a performance and produce some magic. Now, for the last 3 games, you name me 1 player in the starting 11 that gets over a 5. You look at what happened against Brighton, what happened against Crystal Palace, and what happened today. 3 games. Name me 1 player who deserves a 5. Now, for me, that speaks a major issue in the team, because what you've got is you haven't even we've seen Smith Rowe single-handedly win games. He had 10 goals in the first half of the season. We've seen Martinelli run defenses ragged. We've seen Saka dominate left backs. Why haven't you seen that in the last 3 weeks? Why hasn't there been 1 player that has stepped up and grabbed the ball by the horns? It's the whole team just looks like they've completely capitulated. Lewis said it earlier on today. Lewis said it looked like the whole of them just want the season to be over with. That's a team that's battling for a European place. And we're talking about a team canning it in. That's my biggest problem. My biggest issue is just the mental side of it, and why not a single player has just started to. Martin Odegaard, you lot know how much I love Odegaard. Where has he been for the last 3 games? He was captain today. Where was he?
So the manager doesn't want to play 3 at the back because he wants Odegaard on the field all the time. Like all these things are intertwined, you know. If your offense is poor, it affects your defense because then you're not pressuring the opposition and have them back up in their own half and play safe. So they can afford to push men forward. So we're struggling because our offense is not helping our defense. And our defense is succumbing to that because, you know what, the opposition can take more risks and take more chances and push forward more. We're not putting the book for the last 3 years, Apollo. How many goals have we scored for the last 3 years? Have we ever scored 70+ goals? We haven't.
No, we haven't. And that's why we've, you know, the standards. When me, you, Tony, have been talking here, Neomis has been a part of the discussion. I said, until I see this team get back to the levels of 2017, then that's when I could say that yeah, we had 31 goals from Sanchez, 19 from Walcott, 16 from Giroud, and 12 from Ozil. Right now, you're getting your striker's not delivering, so he didn't even play today. You don't have a Walcott player. You probably all right. So let's use Pepe. So you've got a guy who can deliver you 20 goals. He scored 23 goals in France, although a lot of them were penalties, but he still won those penalties, right? So you've got a player like him. You ain't playing him.
He scored 10 Premier League goals last season. Not starting maybe half the game. He scored 10 Premier League goals last season.
Yeah.
Starting just over 20 games. So it's not like he can't score goals.
And he ain't playing. You don't have a backup striker like Giroud. Yeah? So that's someone who's not there. And then Ozil scoring 12 goals. You don't have a midfielder who can score in double digits. Yes, some might say Smith Rowe. Okay. So I might take that on board. But Smith Rowe's not a midfielder in the sense. He's a 10. He's an attacking player. Most of his damage is done in the box. So I'm talking about a Ruben Neves type of player, a guy who's got you 9 goals in the last few seasons. 9 goals. If you add up Ceballos, Xhaka, Partey, Torreira, give me another name, Sambi. If we add up 5 or 6 of our midfielders, they don't account for the amount of goals that Ruben Neves has single-handedly scored by himself. So
but we're going to talk about who we have, right? We had Guendouzi, for example, who was a more total footballer.
Yeah.
More complete footballer than anybody we have in our midfield, frankly. Smith Rowe doesn't have any position. You guys realize that? Smith Rowe is a very good footballer who doesn't have a position on the field. He's not a 10. That's why Arteta went for Odegaard. He's not a 10.
Yeah.
He's not a 10. He's not a winger. He's not a 8 or a 6. He doesn't have a position on the field.
I think
he's a very good footballer.
Yeah, we had
He's
this.
not an 8. Of course, he's not an 8. Are you crazy? The last time we played Odegaard, Smith Rowe, and Xhaka in the midfield, we looked lost. I think it was against Liverpool. We did it the other day when we played against Brighton, and we lost the game.
Bertrand, we had this discussion before, me and you, where we were talking about Joe Willock is a more of a natural 8 than Smith Rowe is. But you sold Joe Willock, so you don't even have that option now. You know, so I just think this January and the injuries is what's killed this team, and unfortunately, Arteta's going to have to take some heat. And not just Arteta, but Edu is going to have to get brought. We can't forget about Edu. We can't just single out people now. Everyone's got to be brought into discussion because how would you allow your competitors to strengthen in January, i.e. Spurs, and you don't do nothing? You got nothing to help your team.
Apollo, as fast as he brings them in, Arteta kicks them out. He kicks out Abba, which I agree with. He kicks out Guendouzi. He sends back Saliba. He gets you a Torreira. He's the one kicking them out. I thought you can't bring in a 101 player and you're going to kick half of them out. And I'm calling players who are decent players. I'm not talking about the Socrates of the world who weren't decent players. I'm talking about decent players who was kicked out. Now, what do you want to say? How many managers do you know that has so much personality conflict with players? Which manager you know have all these personality conflict with players? And a young manager. That means the manager is immature. He doesn't have to manage challenging personalities. You manage people. You figure out how to manage challenging personalities.
I don't think. I mean, I think Tony shares your views on that. I'm not sure about Lewis. I don't I don't agree with that. You know my views on that, Bertram. I think we had a bad culture, and I think what you're doing is you're looking at all the bad that happened, but you're not looking at the way the players play for Arteta now. And
okay, so here's an example. First of all, Arteta hasn't done better than Emery. Let me just say, hasn't done better than Emery. Emery's problem was he didn't speak the English language, and people who were English speakers are very arrogant about their language and able to speak their language. And he couldn't communicate really well, maybe to his players and/or to the media and/or to fans.
Yeah, he lost the players, but you know what, Bertrand? Most importantly, he lost the fans. You can't play in a half-empty stadium.
You only lose players if your management doesn't support you.
Did he lose the fans?
Yes, half-empty stadiums, Tony. That's why they made the change. They sacked him because nobody turned up.
Hang on, wait. Let's talk about that. Because I was at the Mestalla when we won the semi-final second leg, and I'm gonna tell you something. The belief in the Unai Emery system to win us our first European trophy was overwhelming.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that, Tony.
Where's the apathy that you're talking about? It did not exist, Apollo.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did exist,
no.
Tony.
No,
I don't know. Yeah, you're talking about Valencia.
Are you telling me that when we went to Baku, you were already?
Yeah, Timmy, we're having two different conversations. You're talking about the Europa Cup. I'm talking about home support in the Premier League. It was noted everywhere in the media and in the stadium. I sat down, talked to any season ticket holder. The stadium was half empty. They sacked him, Tony, because they couldn't facilitate having the stadium like that where he had no support. He lost the players, everybody agrees, as Bertram said, but he lost the fans. And when you lose the fans, you're done. And that's why
look, Apollo and Tony. Look, Wenger last lost the same people you're talking about. Emery did at some point because when you had a 22-game winning streak and then things start going south, fans jump ship. But management has backed Arteta, and where have we been for the last 2 years? Right? And where are we going this year? We look really good, but it's what happened to Emery. We were great at one point. Emery fell down. We said, you got to go. Is Arteta going to have the same fate? I don't think so. Right? Because you can't keep chopping and changing like Man U does and end up in oblivion. You end up no place. They're going to keep Arteta. They're not going to get rid of him.
City just
Lewis, talk to me.
It's free too.
Lewis, what did you think of the Unai Emery era? That last 10-game stretch, did you think that messed up the league? At least we got the Europa League.
Something happened in either before those 10 games or during those 10 games for Arsenal to capitulate in the way that they did. Because all of a sudden, everything's all good, everything's fine. And then the drop-off was unbelievable. For us to be within a shot of top 4 that year and then play as bad as we did against Baku, he lost the dressing room. He lost something. It was visible to see. You don't go into European Cup final and play as bad as that. If the players don't believe in what the manager...
Lewis, talk to me. Did you lose the confidence during the 10-game spell, or did you lose it at the end? Because the end was the killer. Yeah? And let me tell you something. If I had lost my confidence in Unai Emery before the 10-game cycle, I wouldn't have gone to Spain. I had total belief that we could go to Spain and get a result.
I was 50-50 with him, but the final nail in the coffin hit in that final. Like after that final was done and dusted, that's when I was.
I think the final killed him. The final killed him. It's a way you lost the final also. But I said to Tony, our kids, who we all rave about, at this point in time, are not good enough. Now they may get there eventually, but at this point they're not good enough. Because if they're on people. No, stop saying that, Lewis. They're the ones playing. Lewis.
We need some experience in
Lewis. That's my frustration with you guys, which is this: we're making excuse for people. If you're on the field, like Ferguson says, then you're good enough. They're the ones playing. Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Saka. They're the ones getting the game time. Nobody else is in front to score. They're the ones getting the game time. So who are we talking about that they should be playing? Is Pepe getting the game time? Is Hutchinson getting game time? No, they're the ones they have to score. So you know what? Go sit on the bench then if you can't put the ball in the net or create chances. That's my frustration with people, which is, what is about the kids? It's all the kids we have. But you're playing the kids. If the kids, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, well, the kids need help, but the kids are the one playing. Like what Pepe played against Sunderland, right? A little game he got, not make people out of place, scoring goal, getting assists. Then he goes sit up. He has scored. He hasn't started the game since October. Yeah, now he's not the savior, but how does that make any sense? He's the only one that able to go by players really easily, curve the ball in the corner with his left foot. How does that make any sense?
Or he's right.
Martin, I'm frustrated with the logic. The logic kills me.
Yeah, the Pepe thing you can't defend. And this is the thing that's gonna come back to bite him. You gotta go in now. Come on. Oh, sorry guys. Look, it's injury time here. City have scored a game. What's his name? Raheem Sterling just had a chance. Went straight to the goalkeeper. Could have been 3-3. City have just come alive in injury time. This is mad.
And here's another thing, guys. So here's another thing, guys. He played the African Nations Cup and he scored. He played against France with a full team and he scored. Where have you been, Arteta? You were on holiday? You were in Bali someplace? You were watching your players? It doesn't make any sense. Martinelli hasn't played well since he's been having his goal and scoring streak. He hasn't played well since then. Yeah, you guys talking about how you run by people. You go run in a corner, run up in the corner. You're not doing anything. You're not producing anything. That's my frustration. Which is we're not looking at outcome. We sometimes look at the game and say, "Oh, Saka beat a couple men, and Martin beat a couple men," and what they do after they beat them. I'm focused on outcome, and I'm not seeing the outcome I need to see, and I get frustrated watching them. So, look, we're going to be disappointed in this season.
Sorry, Bertram. It is easy to get frustrated with it because you're dealing with a lot of problems now, and forget the injuries, but the players on the pitch, as I said, are not producing. And you look at Smith Rowe and Saka; those are our Haaland boy bookends. That's who you bet the franchise on. So when you talk about the frustration we all have with Pepe, Arteta's not doing it because he's decided that these two players are going to be the face of the franchise. That's not going to help you on the pitch. You've got a guy that's got you 26 goals and 18 assists sitting on the bench doing that. He goes to the African Nations Cup. He going to light up that whole competition as well. You bring him back to the UK and what? He just sit back down on the bench again doing nothing. Yeah?
He's not utilizing the squad in the right way.
Because like I said, it's like
sorry, go on.
It's like I said, they've bet them two Haaland kids, Saka and Smith Rowe. It's like in the NFL when you draft a quarterback, he's your face of the franchise. You sell all the shirts. He's on the face of every magazine. That's what they've done to Smith Rowe and Saka, and they said no, we're not going to play this person. We're not going to play that person. We're going to use these two, and we're going to use their image and their names to bring the franchise forward. That's what they've done with Smith Rowe and Saka. And unfortunately, what comes with that is growing pains. And I'm not going to take anything away from both players because both players are developing nice. Both players have double-digit goals this season. Let's not take that away. But Bertram has said something which I agree with him on it, which is they're not at that level yet. So it's hard for the team to be at that level when those players are still in their early development years. One's 21, the other's 20 years old, and they're making huge progress, and we should be proud of that. But are we right to sit down here and say that these two players are going to get us into the Champions League and their Champions League level? I don't know if we can have that conversation yet. I don't think that we can say yes. Not. Yeah, I agree, Tony. Not. I totally agree.
And we don't have time for people learning on the job. They're learning on the job, and fans don't have time for you to learn on the job.
Yeah, I mean, I love those two kids, but let's be honest. There are levels to this game, and they may have hit their plateau. I'm not saying they have. I'm saying they may have hit their plateau. Yeah. We have to look at players and think like, let me give you a classic example.
Marcus Rashford.
Look.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. There's a good one. Yeah. So a player looks like he's the next best thing. Oxlade-Chamberlain when he was at Arsenal, because many people looked at Oxlade-Chamberlain and said his game looks much better than Theo Walcott's, but his game never went past Theo Walcott's.
Yeah, he had 9 goals in 7 years.
He never became anything like the kind of player that people expected that he could become. And I appreciate, and I think Bertram thinks the same of Joe Willock. You know, in that he's hit a sweet spot in his time at Newcastle, but his plateau is reached, because I don't see Joe Willock's game going up to the next level where you can start rating him in amongst the elite midfielders of world football.
Now, Tony, I don't disagree with that. The only difference with Joe Willock is he can put the ball in the net, or he can look dangerous doing it, right? There's a difference between, I don't have a world-class ability, but I have certain attributes which may help to differentiate me and can contribute to a team. Look at our midfield, for Christ's sake. None of our eights. I mean, Partey scored a goal. Xhaka never looked like he'll ever score a goal, even though he has a very good left foot, by the way, because he's athletically challenged. So we do. I don't know how we get to a place where we need to get to. Arteta actually wants to be at the Liverpool and City level, but he doesn't have the pieces to get him there. That's why he plays 4 at the back. I thought what Emery did brilliantly was Emery cheated. He played 3 at the back. You Saka at wing back, so he gets more offensive firepower. So play without a 10. So in essence, Saka is like another forward playing out wide, right? And it helps me to be more offensive minded. He can bring the ball up. He can square the ball. And frankly, guys, here's another thing too. We have nobody in the box in our offensive players who can hit the ball in the goal. None.
That's
huge. When we have Giroud, you know, we just lob it in the box and say, go get it.
Yep.
And then defense have to go deep, create more space behind them for us to come forward. We don't have that. So when we cross the ball, it's a waste. So we have to go on the ground. So we're one-dimensional. We can only penetrate by going on the ground. We can't go in the air to create chances. And our headers come from a Gabriel or a Partey because our forwards either height and or aerial ability don't have that capability. So yeah, we have a lot of restrictions. And look, our forwards also. Does Saka have a shot? I know people think I like the beat of Saka. Does Martinelli hold his head up? Like, we got to take these things out of these people's games. Like, does Saka have a right foot? Does he have a left foot? Could that restrict your ability to score goals, you know? You can't just pass the ball in the net all the time. You got to go to different attributes of your game to allow you to differentiate yourself, right?
Well, I talked about that last year. Yeah, I said last year his shots were going straight directly to the goalkeeper. And I said if he's going to develop as a player, he's going to have to start to place his shots. This season, he has. You can see from his goals, he's gone bottom left, bottom right. He's looked more decisive in his finishing. But again, we're talking about a player who's developing his game. And that is something I can say I've seen him develop. Moving to Martinelli, can I say Martinelli has developed his game? I can't see it. I can't see what he's developed in his game. I can see some of the defensive side of it. You know, I heard Arteta talking about in an interview, everything he did was 100 miles an hour and he needed to slow down in order to speed up. So I can see that. But his form has just been off for 2 or 3 months now.
So here's another thing, Apollo. How do you justify giving Pepe 20 minutes today? Like, when we play against Wolves and we struggled the last minute, you put him on and he scored, right? And he was involved in the second goal.
Yeah.
And you're against Southampton. You can't score to save your life the last 2 games because the Odegaard goal was a goal from well side of the box. It was a worldie. So he wouldn't create anything. And you have a player with a creative player on the bench and you don't play him? I am flabbergasted. I don't get that.
Sorry, guys. GK, yeah, I'm blocking this guy. Sorry.
What happened?
Some guy says too many black people on the stream.
Oh my lord!
So I just had to block him. Sorry about that, GK. I just got.
I can always bleach. I can always bleach.
I mean,
I just reported another guy to YouTube last week. So I'm going to report that guy now.
What I would say is, look.
Too many blacks on the channel.
Arteta has not made his job any easier. by having, to me, 2 out of 11 players who don't score you more than 3-4 points per game in Xhaka and Lacazette.
I think Nketiah too, even though he get a chance today, and again, Nketiah is not a goal. He scores from the under 21, but it's a different level. I keep telling people that different. Did he look like scoring today?
He only plays. Let's be honest.
He looked like scoring today.
I get it. I get your argument, but let's be honest. He hardly plays.
But Tony, coming against Everton, he's got chances. He's got chances.
Okay, but listen. Let's be honest. In the grand scheme of how many minutes he's played all season, it accounts for
no,
nothing.
Has he played 90 minutes? Has he played 90
how does he get more minutes than Pepe?
Before today.
How does he get more minutes than Pepe? I keep asking that question.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bertram. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is the 2 players who don't normally get more than 3 or 4 marks per game consistently playing 90 minutes, Granit Xhaka and Alex Lacazette. How can a team perform when you only have 11 players and 2 of them ain't playing?
Yeah, 2 of them ain't doing nothing for you all season.
Yeah, but Tony, one could say, don't disagree with you, Tony, but one could also say, when you play Southampton, you got 6 from Chelsea last week. Like I said, didn't play, and we couldn't score a goal the same way. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference, right? I mean, that's part of the problem. Like today, Nketiah got it on goal, set up Saka, doesn't score, give you that momentum, get that good feeling, it becomes challenging. And sorry, he has to score, Apollo. He has to score that goal.
Yeah, he does. I agree. But you know, I can't see this team doing anything without Thomas Partey. I'm just telling it right now. Yeah, some might give you false hope and think that this team can still be at that level, but I don't think they can. And I'm being honest about it. This team cannot be at that level without Thomas Partey.
Here's the thing too: you got to shake up the team. You got to be people. So people's games are so Saka knows I'm starting every single game, so he has no trepidation about not playing well. So does Martinelli nowadays because Smith Rowe comes off the bench. So does Laka.
Yeah.
They have no competition. They know they're going to start. There is no pressure apart from producing on the field. That can't be right.
Yeah.
Change of the team.
I agree with that. And that is something that has to. Is that though? So, firstly, I agree with you on that. But let me look at that in a different light. Could that be though because our squad is too thin? What's your choices? The squad is thin because the manager decided to have a thin squad. Let's just say that right away. Yeah. He could have kept some old folks until the end of the year, and then he got rid of Angel Mason-Niles, who was playing well in midfield, by the way, who is not a difference maker, but is a warm body, a good body. He got rid of players. He sent Chambers back to Villa. He sent players out even when he didn't have to. Even if they're warm bodies, even when he didn't have to, he did so. So he limits his option because they know what? Maybe they're saying this is not the year. Even though we're doing well, we're putting ourselves for the future. So we're going to sacrifice this year, no matter what the fans say, for the future, and they'll see the long-term benefit. Maybe that's a strategy. Yeah, you know, first of all, I do blame Edu. I do blame Edu as well. But the frustration for me is, and you've hit it on the nail, you're just not mixing it up enough. And if you're not mixing it up, 2 things there. How are you going to make anybody hungry for their role? And secondly, how are you going to find a diamond in the rough? So many of you guys might not know this, but a player that we all love was on the bench today, and I think he could have come on the field and shown something.
Hutchinson?
No, Aziz, Miguel Aziz.
Yeah.
So, you know, every time I see this guy play, he balls. And it would have been nice to see him to, you know, come on the field today and then show some heart and fight and skill, which is what we haven't been seeing in the midfield. And
I don't think we lack heart and fight actually.
Today we saw a little bit more.
What I call penetrative skill. So we had like at one point in the game we had like 80% possession when in the game, but they're not effective possession. I can make you keep the ball close to the halfway line, pass it around slowly, not going. And I just sit back and watch you do it and smile. I'm not making you uncomfortable. I'm not going between the lines. I'm not going out wide and cutting in. So I'm not creating anything, even though I give you possession because I'm resting on defense. We don't have that. We don't have effective possession. That's why.
You know why we don't have that? I'm trying to pull up the stats here. I already know what these stats are anyway. Do you know who were our top 3 dribblers in the team last season? Per dribbles per game. Last season.
I would say Tierney, Pepe.
No. Yes.
No.
Pepe was number 1.
Okay. Well, Tierney's always injured, so maybe I should have said Tierney.
Who was number 2?
I'll probably say Saka had to be 2.
Probably a centre back.
No, number 2 was Maitland-Niles last season.
And he hardly played.
He wasn't playing that enough to get that.
It was dribbles per game.
Oh, yeah, he didn't play enough, man. He's playing against inferior competition too.
Yeah,
I have to use Premier League competition.
And when Reece Nelson was playing, he was on there as well.
Yeah, but they're not playing Premier League football. Pepe is the only one who played Premier League football.
They're not, but my point is that Pepe was number 1 in the team in dribbles. He averaged 3.8 dribbles per game, which is classed, as you guys know, when you go past a player. That counts as 1 dribble. So you're averaging nearly 4 per game, which was actually in the top 10 in the Premier League. And look how many games he was actually playing. He, regardless what you want to say about Pepe, whether you're a fan of his or not, his assists, his goals, his penetrative play. Why do you think he had so many? When he was at Lille, when he first came to Arsenal, why do you think there were so many penalties that he caused? It's because he got the ball and he ran into the box.
We've stopped doing it.
Did anybody today look like they were going to win a penalty?
No, because Lewis, here's the thing, Lewis. When you play for a team and you're the star, you can take more risks. I keep talking about that, right? So when he's playing in France, he gets the ball, he can do whatever he wants, he can lose it. Like Grealish should do it. Grealish is the perfect example, and that's with Pepe. At Villa, he was the man. He could do what he wants to do, didn't track back, hold the ball, get fouled, never get changed, always get game time. At City, he's barely getting game time. So now he has to run more. Now he has to put up more effort on the defense. So it affects your game. Pepe was the same thing. Now, Pepe scored 11 penalties when he has 23 goals. So half his goals came from penalties. But he still was creating chances, beating people. And when he first joined us, he played limited defense, didn't run back. Yeah. Now his game has changed, but it's affected his offense also.
But 9 of those 11 penalties was the ones that he won, Bertrand. That's the most important thing in that regard. Yeah, he won them by running into the box.
The point is that we're not taking on the fullback. I was screaming out today for the whole entire 90 minutes. Take him on. Take him on. Stop cutting in. Take it. Do something different to change the flow of the game. Like we work the ball out to isolate Saka and Martinelli with the fullback. They'll come in, and then it gets to a point where they're like, I don't fancy this. I'm going to play the safer ball inside, and then lo and behold, it's over.
Coach Lewis, that's the coach Lewis. That's the ball security, and I want to give up the ball, so I'm not going to take the risk. I'm trying to beat you. And Saka lost the ball a few times today. If I lose it, then I have to run back, right? So I played safe versus, you know what? If I beat you, I get on the line. The defense is scrambling. I can cut it back. I can go across. I'm not doing that because it's how I'm coached to do. You got to follow coach's instruction. And here's another thing too, guys. Odegaard only plays on the right. Now, if you're a 10, that whole place is your position. Across the line, at top of the box, you go left to right. You don't play on the right with Saka 24/7. What kind of nonsense is that?
Well, they shifted it. They moved him around quite a lot today, Bertrand. They did.
No, but Apollo, here's what happened. So Apollo, so well, you know what I do? I overload one side to match up with you. That's what I do. So then Saka will have less space because he's over there. I can put 2 and 3 players over there. If he's moving around, at some point you can swing the ball over, and Saka is isolated 1-on-1. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I really have no prospects for the rest of the season, and I'm sorry to say that. The reason why I'm saying that is because I don't think this team can play without Partey. And somebody's made I think it's Moses. Moses said the team was set up to play best with Partey, and I agree. They cannot play without him. He does so much. Look, I was never his biggest fan. You got to put this to Tony and Bertram. Tony and Bertram love the player at Atletico. They said if he ever comes to Arsenal, it would transform our midfield as a whole. I was like, nah, I'm not buying it. But after what I've seen him do when he's on his game, he is Kante levels. I don't think people appreciate the talent level of Thomas Partey. He just dominates a midfield. One man, one player just dominating a total enemy in midfield. Everything. He snatched the ball off you because it's his. If you've got the ball, it's his ball. When he takes the ball from the defense, he'll hold off players in the midfield and move it quickly in transition. We don't have that with Xhaka. We don't have that with anybody.
I made a mistake with Partey. I didn't check his age. I apologize.
What that does is, teams like Brighton and Crystal Palace, and we're not hurting them. We're so slow in our build-up play that it's when everything's congested in the final third, it's almost impossible to get. And we saw a few good balls today. The one from Odegaard on the right-hand side that slipped into Saka when he hit the ball, but it went straight at the goalkeeper. Normally you got to do better with a chance like that. I know the angle was tight, but you got to do better with you got to go bottom left corner. At least do what Walcott used to do.
Across the goal,
yeah. Go across the goal, bottom left corner. What Walcott used to do. Don't hit it straight at the goalkeeper. And these are
Smith Rowe had a good chance today. Actually, he kicked a miss. He had a good chance.
I think he miskicked it.
Yeah, he miskicked it.
He did miskick it.
Yeah,
he did. But
we also noticed that David Luiz used to ping those 40-yard pass and a dime to his wingers. We don't have that, which is what what's his name from Liverpool does. Van Dijk. 40 yards, stretch the field, get wing back, play closer and nervous, have to play deeper. We don't have that anymore. And our wingers. Martinelli is quick. I don't see them getting by people. I don't see anyone. I see Salah get by people. I see Mane get by people. I even see Jota get by. I see Saint Maximin, who and Tony know I love, get by people.
I see Martinelli do it. He's not consistent, but I see him do it.
But no. He goes by a few times, but he does nothing when he goes by them. But you put on a platter for some. If you go by somebody that way, put on a platter for someone to put in the goal.
Yeah,
you're right. He does go by a few times.
You need the end product once you've got past your player.
That's why we were saying.
I tell my youngsters all the time: if you're gonna beat your man, you better know what to do with it afterwards. And I'm very, very tough on my son for that because he can glide past people, but he doesn't pick up his head enough to find somebody else inside. It's football is a simple game that is made harder by the players and the coach. If you don't keep it, you have to. Once you beat your man, there's somebody free. You've just got to stretch the game and make the other team uncomfortable. And we allow teams to become too comfortable because we play far too slow. We really do.
It's got to do with your spirit as well. Like today, we all can admit that Saka didn't have a great game, but he tried to get by his man. He had 4 shots today. Martinelli, on the other hand, where was the shooting? Where was him taking his man on? In the end, the manager just took him off. I'm not getting nothing out of you today.
He has to be. So, on that basis, Martinelli needs some time on the bench. He needs to understand that my position is not safe. You got a seasoned, experienced player like Pepe. Bring him in for a couple of games. Give him a run of games. Let's see what he can do. He gets past people. All right, sometimes his decision making isn't the best, but he gets past players. That's one part of the problem solved. Then you build on it. But he's not even getting a look in. It's either Martinelli or ESR that gets put out wide left. There's just it's annoying to see that you've got a player like Pepe there, but you're not willing to use him. But
one second, Tony. 1 second. There are turning points and inflection points in a season, right? Today's one of those days. And here's what happens. You lose 2 in a row. You've been doing really well. You had a chance to make top 4. And then you lose to Southampton, who got battered 6 by Chelsea.
Yeah. So
then the fan base is assessing all this and saying, you know what? Something is fundamentally broken here.
So I
think this is one of those points.
Conversation along slightly by reading this tweet that I've just found, which is just been put up 4 minutes ago. Getting free rein at a club like Arsenal to do whatever you want for 2 years with more resources than 99% of managers in Europe without any repercussions for failure is crazy privilege.
Very insightful comment.
Yeah, I'm not going for it. Sorry.
No accountability. No. But it's actually true though. No. It's true. It's true. Which is
keep that one, man.
Do you have a threat of being fired in your role? That's the question, right?
That's
do you have a threat of being fired? Do you have any notion that you may lose your job because of decisions that you make? Because everybody who's working in any environment have that. I make certain decisions, they don't work out. If you're a CEO and your strategy doesn't work, you'll find some place else to go. And the question is, what's the timeline to pull the trigger? That's the question. Does he have 3 years? Does he have 4 years? Does he have 5 years? That's the question.
Okay, I've said this 100 times. I'm going to say it one more time. Yeah? There's this false narrative that's been going around at our fan base that everything rests upon the shoulder of one man. I'm going to say this one more time. Josh Kroenke is new as an owner. Edu is new as a technical director, and Arteta is new in his role as a manager. That's a three-headed monster that's running the show at Arsenal. This process and this development and these results all quantify that three-headed monster. The reason why you're seeing, how shall I say, a lack of authority or ownership for results or anything like that is because it's the three of them all in at the same time. If one man goes, they all got to go. Yeah. Right.
So let me say.
It's not just one man. There's I'm not even talking about Vinay. Vinay as well is responsible for a lot of decisions, but I'm not bringing him into it because Vinay doesn't go and scout players. Yeah, he's got nothing to do with that. So when I'm hearing what's going on and everybody's now this is normal for me listening to all of this narrative that's jumping up and it's all on one man's shoulders. There are a lot of people's heads who make decisions in his clubs that has to roll because of where we are at the moment. And while it's got nothing to do with injuries, it's January, and you know everyone's got a part to play. The players who are brought in, that's one man. The player, the manager who's making the decisions on the pitch and picking a team sheet, that's another thing that needs to be dealt with. Yeah. Quite frankly, I don't think that Josh has done anything bad. I think he's been a revelation since he's come in and taken control. He's given his front office more money than anybody else. So when I think about it in that way, I actually like what Josh Kroenke is doing. But what, you know, apart from maybe Martinelli, name me one good player that Edu was brought through the door.
So, Apollo, there's a theoretical world and there's a real world. The real world football says the manager gets fired.
I'm waiting for the player.
I don't care what the technical director does. I don't care what the owner does.
I'm waiting.
Chelsea's doing the fire. Does Chelsea fire the lady who runs the team or the players? Who does Chelsea fire? Who does Chelsea fire in over their years? Abramovich not firing himself. The lady, I forgot her name is, that run the team is not firing himself. The guy that went to Monaco was at Chelsea, wasn't getting fired. Who wasn't getting fired? The manager was getting fired. In football, it's the manager. It's rare where Everton fired the person making personal decision. Who did Burnley fire? They fire the manager no matter what happens because they believe either I give you poor resources, you got to do something good with us. Make wine out of water. That's what happens. Arteta is the one who's firing players. There's never been any team where so many players gotten fired from the team by a manager who is in his first managerial role.
Okay,
that's unheard of.
All right, we're going off tangent here. That's not
no.
what I'm talking about.
No, it's relevant.
No,
it's relevant. 100%
I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not relevant.
Bro.
Hold on, guys. Listen to what I'm saying. You're not listening. I'm not saying that's not relevant.
Agree. Agree.
Listen. I've told you, yeah, how the team and this process is running with the three players. So I'm answering your question why he hasn't been sacked previously before. He's not been sacked because it's the three of these guys that are running this thing forward. It's the three of these guys that are making these decisions, and it's the three of these guys that are all into this thing.
So surely one of
the
them
person
owns the club, so he can't be fired, but the other two should be fired.
Yeah, that's right. But the way I see this setup is I can't see Josh firing them. In the end, he will have to because he's put so much into the team. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is Josh is looking at this thing as a three-headed monster. That's why we haven't seen much changes. But unfortunately, if someone's head's going to have to roll because of January, because if I'm the owner and I've seen everybody strengthen in January, and you have a chance to get into the Champions League, which is going to pay me as an owner, it's going to pay my team 42 million. You getting in the Champions League is going to give me an extra 42 million. So I don't have to take my own money and give to you guys to build a team. So what I'm trying to say is Josh is going to have to step up and make that decision, because at the moment, it's that three-headed monster. And if things go wrong, someone's going to have to answer for it. But it isn't one man. Yeah? Edu is tied at Arteta's hip. And if
but Paulo, here's the situation, Apollo. So I have a construct of the owner who's set in stone, not selling. So that's off the table. I have Edu and Arteta. Arteta tell Edu what he wants, what he needs, and Edu go and gets it. Or Edu may see a player and say, Arteta, I like this player. Should we bring him in? And he may say yeah or nay. So I'm sure he has final sign-off, given where he sits in the organization and the amount of latitude that he has. And he said, I don't want to wait, I don't. No, I think that's how it works. I don't care what you said, Apollo. That's how it used to me.
Listen, from that's not what I've been told from Amazon. So
I don't believe in Amazon. I don't care what Amazon tells you.
I do.
Guys, can I just say something? Bertram, let me just interject here. In the January transfer window, and tell me if I'm wrong, Apollo, because this is going to show how stupid this process that you're talking about is. In January, we was about to throw a shed load of money at Vlahovic. Am I right?
Yeah.
It would have been surplus of £50 million. Yeah?
Plus wages.
Plus his wages. And you're telling me that you couldn't find a B striker to say, if that deal doesn't go through, at least
there was no plan B.
Someone else for 40 million, 35 million, 25 million could have been substituted and plugged in and said, tell you what, come in and do us a job.
And Spurs brought in two midfielders from Juventus, right? They were waiting on midfielder from Juventus.
Sorry, D's asking me a question. They're saying, Apollo, I'm asking you, my brother, if Arteta finishes 8th again, which is most likely with our remaining fixtures, should he be sacked? I tipped him to finish 8th. That's my answer.
So he should retain his job. Is that what you're saying? He should retain his job.
No, we ain't got to the end of the season yet, so I can't make that decision now because we're not there yet.
Well, the players are definitely playing like it's the end of the season. They're about to jet off to Mallorca for a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying?
I can't answer that question because I thought they were going to finish 8th anyway. I don't think that this team.
We've not had any European football. We got knocked out of the FA Cup in the first round for the big teams. And the man deserves to keep the job the next year if we finish 8th. Like, he's had a massive hand in, like, that's a massive, like, advantage. You know, you've got extra time with your players to do the drills you want to do, to prepare the team the way you want to. And you're not doing it.
Well, that's why we saw. Yeah, that's why we saw some of the good form. Remember the 5 away wins in a row? A lot of that was attuned to a lot of the improvements we made in training. It's funny how
I get that, but we shouldn't be. Now top four is out of our hands now. It's out of our control. It shouldn't have got to this stage. We should have strengthened as soon as he knew he didn't want Aubameyang. No, I'm going way before that. From the time he knew that he was getting rid of Aubameyang about October time, that's when you start saying, Edu, find me a striker.
Yeah, that's right.
Find me who's available in January.
Yeah.
How much is this going to cost? I want to do this as early as I can in January so that player could come in, bed in to the style that I want. And he didn't. They all failed.
And I'm going to supersede you one. I told you this last year. I told you Lacazette should have been sold last summer because he was already surplus to requirement and in the last year of his contract. So you're going to get no money. You should have just took 2 million. You should have just took 2 million and said, bugger you.
And Nketiah the same thing. Maitland-Niles and Nketiah, you can go on and on and on. I just keep get rid of them.
And they said, no, we're going to stick with him and we're going to let him run into... Nketiah should have been sold.
Yeah, that was a last-minute deal which didn't get over the line, didn't it? So, it was a last-minute deal that didn't get over the line.
It was panic. We panicked. We panicked because we couldn't get a replacement, but we've had enough time to get a replacement in. Yeah. They owe us fans big in the summer.
Yeah, I'm glad we're having this conversation because it just goes to show, and highlight how vast these issues are, which we can talk about the January transfer market, but it stems long before that from last summer. And this is just whole front office thing, which has just paved the situation. I mean, it's shocking. I'm sitting here now, I'm looking at the team sheet and I'm looking at our bench and I just can't believe that we're in the situation where we're in now. Going into the running of a fourth spot Champions League, which we could be battling for.
I can believe it because we're trying to do everything short-handed. I can believe it. We're promoting players from the under-23s into the first team because we're incompetent in signing players that we want.
Yeah, and we're not going to play them.
Yeah. We can't negotiate.
We're not going to promote to the first team. We're promoting him to the bench. We're not promoting him to the first team. Promoting to the bench.
You know what I mean. Into the first team squad. You know what I mean. I didn't mean. All right. I wasn't exact with the words, but you got the drift.
In any game time. Here's a problem, guys. So you have a team, and you have players like Xhaka, to a lesser extent, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, who are not world beaters, who knows every game that's going to play, I'm starting. You have a problem. If Xhaka is in your team and he's going to start every game, I know he plays for Switzerland, plays well. If you have some of the players in your team going to start every game, the game is secure, you're not a top 4 team. You can't be because they have no competition. Because no matter how bad they play, they're going to play every single game. And their level is not going to get elevated because they're at a certain level. So you're going to struggle. So we did really well this season. We should be proud of how well we did until the last window. We did really well. We overachieved. But now we're going back to the level we really are because we can't score goals. I know we kill our defense sometimes. We can't score goals. We haven't been able to score goals for the last 3 years. Even with Abba, because that's how Abba got his $350,000 per pound contract, he was scoring all the goals because our other forward who paid $50 million plus for has no idea where the goal is. Can't get behind the defense. Not a true goal scorer. And we haven't fixed that over the last 3 or 4 years. So we shouldn't get upset, Tony. We should just smile, put a rude smile on and say, you know what, let's take our beating. And we should. No, I think they won't get fired next. He won't get fired this year.
Look, I'm going to be an Arsenal optimist till the day I die. Always looking at the glass half full. I would love for Arteta to go this midweek and prove everybody wrong. If we get a result at Chelsea, everybody's going to be like back on board.
Not happening. No.
I can't see them play without Partey. I said it before.
Madrid, not the Madrid Chelsea I saw play. That's not happening.
Hey, listen. Was it not just 2 games ago that Chelsea lost to some no
Brentford? They lost to Brentford 4-1. Yeah, they were Brentford
4-1. Yeah.
And
they were thinking about Madrid.
Arsenal have lost to Crystal Palace, who hadn't won all year at home. Then we lost to Brighton, who hadn't won
in 7 or 6.
And then we lose to Southampton, who haven't won a game in 6.
Yeah. Who got 6-0? That's 6-0 from Chelsea.
4 means nothing at the moment.
Probably. You could be right. Season's long.
Tony, to a certain extent, but it's the football that we're playing. It's just not good enough for us to overturn a result. And that's the problem. That is the big problem that we're not looking at. If we was playing football and we getting the space in behind and we're stretching teams, then I could kind of agree with what you're saying. But we're not doing that. We're getting to that last third of the pitch and then just saying, you know what, I can't be bothered. Here you go. Here's the safe path, and that's it. we're too safe.
I think we missed the Wenger days where we created a load of chances but played no defense. I think we missed those days. We played no defense, but we created chances galore. We had Walcott and Giroud and the Sanchez and the Ozil, and we scoring goals. But on the other hand, we're looking around saying there's no one behind us. And Ramsey playing forward when he's playing midfield. That's what it is.
The rebuild has been done probably the wrong way around, where you want your attacking first, yeah. So you're scoring goals. Then you bring in your defensive players, and then, but Arteta wants the base. The base isn't there because the base isn't. The players that fit the base are all out injured. So there's problem one. Problem two, your main midfielder is out injured, but you've got nobody who can play his role like him. So that's another problem. And then the other problem is,
but why is it a problem?
Because there's no one else to come in to do the job. Who is there?
No, I think it's a problem for the exact same thing that I told you guys about, is because these guys have never done this job before. Edu's never built a team before. Tell me, you still haven't. You still haven't told me. You still haven't.
Then why? All right, then Apollo.
You guys still haven't named one player decent that he's brought into the club. If you've not built a team and you've not managed the team, why are you in the job in the first place? If you don't know how to
Apollo, why did we?
Here we are, Lewis.
You shouldn't be learning your job on the trade at a place like Arsenal. You go down to the lower leagues to do that.
This is where our problem is, which is what I've been trying to tell you guys in the last half an hour. Thank you, Lewis. You just summed it up in a nutshell.
But Tony made a great point a while ago, which is like almost like forms out. Look at Brighton and Spurs today. Spurs did nothing in the game. They were toothless. They were scoring goals galore in the last number of games. And today against Brighton, they looked toothless. Like they created nothing. They did nothing.
They never had a shot on target all game. They never had a single shot.
So maybe it's the time of the season where players are tired because it's been a very long season. And our youngsters probably even more tired because they're youngsters and they haven't gone through a long season like this. At least Saka has anyway. Saka is no longer a youngster, even though he's 20 years old. He's been playing for the last 3 years. Right? He should be a seasoned vet by now, even though he's young. Maybe there's some I don't know what the rationale is, but we can talk about this all day. But at the end of the day, we're not happy because we had a chance to really make top four. Like it was on a platter for us. Spurs doesn't want it. Man U doesn't want it. And we obviously saying, you know what? I'm sorry, hot potato. I don't want it either. Well, West Ham, go win the Europa Cup so you can get into Europe and get that spot that we're supposed to get. So
yeah, West Ham are in good form right now, man.
Yeah.
Really,
and Antonio's not scoring, by the way.
You know what? We don't deserve top four with this squad. No way. We don't deserve Champions League with the squad that we've got.
Yeah, but Lewis, it's a catch-22. You don't get top four, you don't get the best players. You don't get top four, you don't get the best players. That's a catch-22.
Yeah.
They've just ruined. They've literally ruined my Easter bank holiday. They've ruined my Easter bank holiday.
No, listen, I'm about to go and watch the playoffs now, man. D's already on it. D's already gone to run to go and watch this thing, man. I'm just gonna log in now so that I can go and watch the game. Hey guys, any closing comments?
Go Dolphins.
Hey yo, that's not until when? Is it next week?
So my final comment is, in Arteta we trust.
Amen.
Oh, God.
Yeah, my final comment is no Thomas Partey, no luck.
No Partey, no Partey.
You have much luck.
No Partey.
You know what? The kid from Atletico Madrid, that tall kid who looks like who has the same build as Partey, he's a very good player, the left footer. What's his name? Kongongia, or whatever his name is. And watching him against City, he was very good actually. I was impressed. Yeah, he looked impressive.
We was linked to him many years ago actually.
Yeah,
he was linked to him.
They guys,
I thought he looked good against City.
Man, this summer,
and can I just say, I hope we've all jumped off the Husamawa bandwagon. Useless on Wednesday night. Useless.
Oh wow.
That was bandwagon.
Omar's value's gone down from 54 million
I'm
to
on
like.
the same maximum. I'm on the same maximum bandwagon.
Bring me Basuma, man. I'll take Basuma in our midfield.
Basuma was good today, by the way. Basuma was very good today. Basuma is like a Rolls Royce. He just rolls in the midfield. Very comfortable on the ball, athletic, can cover space. He was good today. I could see him beside Partey. Well, I don't know if Partey gonna be with us because when you have a certain age, start pulling stuff, it doesn't stop pulling. By the way, guys, I can tell you. But anyway, but he would look good beside Partey, frankly.
Yeah, guys, take care.
All right, have a good one, guys. I'm gonna go and watch the Jazz now. Nice one, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for the stream. Appreciate it.